that's why I was looking back on the one before that, seeing where you was in.
All right, somebody check it, but I believe it's on.
I'll check.
Yeah, check. Should be good.
Yeah, it says it's on Wi-Fi.
It should be on.
All right, well, shalom, shalom. All right, we're the Hebrew Israelites out here in Tampa, Florida, here to push the truth of our Lord YAHAWASHI. And we also want to give all praise, honor, and glory to
YAHAWAH, Ba'Hashem, Yahawashi, Ba'Hashem, Rakah, Kodash.
Double honors to our elders and apostles at Great Millstone, who rule and teach well. Citation to all you brothers out there called Akim on the four corners of the globe that push this word and truth and sincerity week in and week out, day in and day out without wavering and sound doctrine. And of course, shalom to any sisters that are listening in meekness, quietness, and humbleness. And again, we are the Hebrew Israelites. We are the true Hebrew Israelites out here. And if you go and if you're looking at what's going on in the news right now, man, brothers woke up this morning and saw some goddamn deception, man. You know, this elite, one of Esau's elite, all right, so-called put himself to death. But you know, we look at that as it's kind of fishy. You know, we don't believe anything that this man says. All right, talking about Jeffrey, what's his name, Epstein.
Epstein.
All right, yeah. Is that this man committed suicide in the cell? That's what the story said when brothers got the news on the phone. All right, through the notifications. It says Jeffrey Epstein, a man that's he's a billionaire. All right, that's been put in jail because of a human trafficking, underage girls, so to speak. It said this man committed suicide in his jail cell. All right, but we understand that this man is the high elite. All right, of Esau, of even if you want to be more direct, of Amalek. All right, which are the so-called Jews today. All right, and all this is deception because this man is somebody to the elite, and they're gonna want to try to deflect what's really going on.
If I may add, what's really going on, this individual, what's his name?
Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah.
Jeffrey Epstein. He pretty much has relations with certain individuals that go back to Bill Clinton, go back to the 90s. So he has connections with certain millionaires and billionaires. So Jeffrey Epstein used to get very young girls from like 13 years old all the way up to like 16 years old, and he would give them off to other high representatives from the representative party. That would get he give it to the representative party for the Democratic Party. And then at the very same time though, right now this man was locked up, but now they're proclaiming that this man committed suicide by him hanging himself. But matter of fact, a week ago, what they said that it's a possibility that he may try and take his own life because of the connection that he have to all of these politicians that are out here trying to run for office.
And they had him on a suicide watch.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. Now, if he's on a suicide watch, what they do, take him off it? Because if you're on suicide watch, how is this even possible? It doesn't add up. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to the scripture real quick, and we're gonna expose this man real quick. We're gonna get that, and then we'll go to the spirit.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 49, verse 10. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places.
Yeah. So at this point in the game, Esau, which we only have to proclaim who he is. Because you can go back to old videos and you know exactly who we talk about when we say Esau Edom, okay? Who he is on this earth, which is a race of people on this earth, known as the wicked in the Bible, who has control over everything of the earth. So he's been made bare, meaning he's been exposed, okay? We know his tricks, we know what he's doing, we know what he's up to, and it's not a secret anymore. Read that again and read on.
This is Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 10. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not.
God, this man here, all right, Esau, everybody on the earth is basically just, desolate, all screwed up. Most nations, okay, because Esau is attacking all different nations, but he is not, all right? He's fine, he's still in charge of everything, but however, as the scripture has said, he's being made bare. So now not only are his own people calling him out, but the rest of the world is seeing who this man really is, and sees that this man has been a liar since the beginning, and now everybody's standing up against him.
Like if I may add, when they try to have the whole, what they call it, military coup down there in Venezuela, it came to no avail. They did not prevail at all from that. And then they also try to have the, I'm gonna just say military coup over there in Syria. But who backed Syria? Russia did. In America, they try to have their hands over there in Iran. But Iran is not even having it. So all these nations that drunk from the cup of the whore, of the mystery whore of Babylon, which is America, all of these nations have gone mad all of a sudden. And they come to realize that America does not care about the deals that they made prior to that. Because Obama made the nuclear treaty deal with Iran. And here come DJ Trump. He said, forget whatever deal Obama made with Iran, we're going to get rid of the nuclear treaty. Meaning that, hey, all bets are off.
Yeah, all bets are off at this point. And now that's a different nation you're dealing with. Okay? And so so a whole nother nation is now looking, and now Esau, so-called, is in office after Obama was. Now Esau's back in office, and he's trying to flip everything back, the other way around. All right, or that so-called WS, that supremacy. Okay, so get what you got?
2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 8.
Hold that and get the Obadiah, and then get that after that.
This is Obadiah chapter 1 verse 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up?
Yeah, man. Because look at it right now. Everything basically it's been put on the forefront for this man. Okay, he's been put on Front Street, on Main Street. His wickedness is on Main Street. All right, the whole internet is basically completely exposed this man. Ever since the inception of the internet, since the 90s, you see little things about what the truth is about this. After the so-called 9/11 thing, when that happened, you start seeing the truth about that all on the internet. Okay?
Hey, real quick. Hey, I remember, because I remember the time before the damn internet was even around, like to the public, right?
Right.
So when we first started getting the internet, it wasn't probably about like 5 websites that was out there in the very beginning. All right, your AOLs, your Yahoo, and that was pretty much it. But nevertheless, I remember like one of the first websites to come out to so-called expose some wickedness that was going on that the regular people didn't even really know about was like what, rotten.com, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, remember
all right,
that?
and they were showing people actually getting put to death live on there. You could actually start to see some of the wickedness that was going on in the world, man. That was like one of the first big main situations that they had out there to start exposing truth. But nowadays, on something such as comment, because you had to know about that to even know about that. Like I said, wasn't even that many websites. But nowadays, the number 2 search engine on the planet Earth, YouTube, is a treasure trove for all this here information to come out right now, man. You can just go to your normal YouTube, like you're watching this video now, all right, and you get all this here, all these breakdowns, the deep breakdowns of the scriptures, all right. Esau and his wicked plans are being revealed, man. All right, it's simple as on your smartphone, man. All right, so now everybody's walking around with it inside their hand, man. All right,
you basically got the secrets to the universe in your pocket. Okay, you have the answers to everything right in your back pocket.
At your fingertips.
At your fingertips. All you gotta do is a quick search.
Hey, but
no, go ahead. Speak on what you gotta say.
Hey, but really, most people use their smartphones to further destroy their mind, right? Watching world star hip hop, twerking videos, music videos, how to do this bullshit and how to do that bullshit instead of what? Trying to build themselves up and get edification, man. Drawing nigh to the Lord, man. Because again, the prophets are out on the highways and the byways preaching, but not only that, they're on the YouTubes as well too, man. Yep. All right, we also know that there's going to be a famine of the word coming soon, so what? We already see that being implemented.
So
all right?
push harder.
Come.
When the famine of the word comes, which is all prophecy, when that happens, which we already been prophesying, ever since, brothers came out here on the highways, then we know that it's only the next step until the end of this kingdom. You got to knock over.
Now, this is the book of Isaiah 29, verse 16. Surely the turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say unto him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed to say to him that framed it, he had no understanding?
God. And that's really basically the world we're living in. First of all, everything's turned backwards. Okay? Because who's in power? This wicked man is in power. Everything's been flipped upside down. Okay, what's right according to the Heavenly Father is wrong according to this man Esau. Okay? And if you want to read that last part again, the latter part of it.
Okay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna go do
And that's basically them that question the Heavenly Father.
Yeah.
All right, they question the Heavenly Father. You know, you're basically saying, oh, you know, you did this wrong. Okay, you said you made this wrong. I got to go ahead. I got to intervene and change it to what I think is right. That's what Esau does. So what does he do? He changes times and the laws. Okay. Does he not? This man changes the whole law. He changes it upside down. Well, the law says you can't do this, but excuse me. But according to this man Esau, he says you can do it. Whatever it may be, whether it be dressing like a woman and you're a man, that's against the law of the scriptures. Okay? But Esau says you can do that, and they'll protect your rights to do that. Okay? He basically turned everything upside down. It doesn't matter whatever the scriptures say. They're saying that the Most High is wrong. Why'd you make me like this? Why'd you make this like this? Oh, I need to splice it with this to make it correct. We need to make this particular plant more susceptible to harsh winter weathers. So we need to splice it with this cell. All right.
And that's a fish.
Yeah,
A fish scale, so the tomatoes can withstand the extreme temperatures, the cold temperatures.
That's an abomination. That's an abomination. You know, you're not supposed to be mixing things like that together. The Lord ain't with that. I think it was actually an unlawful fish too. I think most of the shit they do that shit it was unlawful.
Yeah. It was. And what that is, what Esau does, and the reason behind why Esau does all that is because of his pride.
Yeah.
Because Esau believes himself. I believe it's Thessalonians. He being as the Most High.
Yep.
Right. He exalted. Go ahead.
But it's okay if you want me to go ahead, Con. The spirit was on you.
Yeah, he had doubt too.
This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders.
Lying wonders.
Yeah.
You know, because that's what this man. He's the king deceiver. He's the master of deception. All right, just talking about Esau, the Edomite. Okay, go ahead.
And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness, and unseeableness and unrighteousness goes back to everything that's contrary to the spirit of the Bible, which is the words of the Bible. Because it tells you in Psalm, what is it, on the 50th Psalm, the 21st Psalm, it says, why taking my words in thy hand, seeing that thou hatest instruction? Because the same people, the Edomites, Esau, Edom, they will take the Bible and they will inaugurate every president on the Bible, but they don't uphold any of the commandments of the Bible. They have a constitution, they have an amendment, they have a Bill of Rights. But under martial law, they can basically obliterate all of that and put all of you in the concentration camps with no trial.
All in the name of God.
All in the name of God.
And that's what they'll say. You know, you go to the courthouse, you'll see
That's
the
wicked.
Yeah, you know that is the scriptures are there. In God we trust. All right, what God are you talking about? All right, actually, you know, hold that scripture. I gotta go back to that. Get yours real quick.
All right, the spirit.
Yo, my
All right.
Oh yeah, so
I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah, he had one before me. He told me to go ahead.
Good luck, yeah, bro.
This is the book of Nahum, chapter 3, and verse 5.
Yep.
Behold, I am against thee, saith YAHAWASHI of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face. I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame.
Yeah. So again, that's showing that we're talking about Esau here. He's being exposed by all nations. All right, to all nations rather. The Lord is exposing this man to all nations to show that this man has been the devil forever. Ever since you was a baby, man. Ever since you went through the whole grade school thing, you know, your teachers, all your friends, you was growing up in school. These people are devils, man. They've been lying to you about everything. Everything you've ever believed in life. It's all been alive because of this man living. You still got the Nahum? Read the next verse too. Talking about the witchcrafts.
Kanye.
Verse 6, and I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and will set thee as a gazing stock.
Yep, go ahead.
And it shall come to pass that all they that look upon thee shall flee from thee, and say, Nineveh is laid waste. Who will bemoan her?
That's right. You know, and you could liken this place to Nineveh. This place, America, you could liken that. You could liken that to Nineveh. You gonna say something?
Pablo Kashah Salaki. Can you do that one more time?
Verse 7.
Yeah. Everything you started from.
Okay.
Talk.
Nahum chapter 3, verse 6. And I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and will set thee as a gazing stock.
Hey, the Lord did say, he said, I shall pollute my inheritance, my heritage. And then it tells you in Lamentation, they shall walk by and hiss at us.
Mm-hmm.
And right there, they're doing the same thing right there, because the Lord made us. Here it is, we telling them that we are the people of the Bible. We are the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But when you go on War Star, all you see is niggas, spicks, and wetbacks and cool.
Yep.
How could you possibly be the people of the Bible? The holy people of Israel. But the Lord said it right here, what his brother's reading out of. Go ahead, Bible Bishop.
Verse 7. And it shall come to pass that all they that look upon thee shall flee from thee, and say, Nineveh is laid waste. Who will bemoan her? When shall I seek comforters for thee?
It said Nineveh is in waste. Who shall bemoan her? Because we are made desolate. The scriptures tells you, Salaki, the scripture tells you that we are a people before a place. So when you hear Jezreel, Israel, Judah, Ephraim as a whole, they're talking about either the northern kingdom, the southern kingdom, or all of Israel. That's that deep dark parable the Lord is talking about. He said, I was going to make you go before the heathens to where you will forget your heritage. Jeremiah the 17th chapter. Hell, we talking in English, right?
Mm-hmm. That's not our native tongue.
Come on, man.
You know? You see that? Matter of fact, you want to get that Lamentations? Lamentations, I think it's like 2:16 or something like that.
I'm with you.
And go ahead and get yours.
All right, Con. This is matter of fact, Revelations chapter 18, verse 9. It says, "And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and live dead."
Yeah. Make sure you brothers lift up your voice. We out here for the people, not just for the camera.
This is Revelations chapter 18, verse 9. "And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and live delicately with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning."
It was saying that
Can't zoom in.
in Nahum about Nineveh. Okay, they're gonna lament for this place because why? They used to deal business over here. This is a big deal. All right, when America, finally falls, this is not just gonna be the flavor of the week. This is gonna be a big deal for the history of the earth. Read on.
Verse 9. It says, verse 10. "Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city, Babylon, the mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her. For no man buyeth their merchandise anymore."
Because this place is going to be completely desolate after that. You're talking about nuclear destruction. All right. After this place financially falls, it's going to physically fall. Okay.
And speaking, if I can speak on that part real quick too. It said no man buys. The merchants gonna well because no man buys their merchandise anymore. All right. Because I did a video on that probably like a week ago. Right now, China has like overstock in certain factories over there because of the trade war.
Yeah.
And what that is they got stock because why America isn't buying.
And America's their biggest consumer.
Yeah, their biggest consumer.
I got a quick precept to go with that. This is Ezekiel chapter 12. Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 12. "The time is come, the day draweth near, Let not the buyer rejoice, nor the seller mourn, for wrath is upon all the multitude thereof. Verse 13, for the seller shall not return to that which is sold, although they were yet alive, for the vision is touching the whole multitude thereof, which shall not return, neither shall any strengthen himself in the iniquity of his life. You know, so going into what the brothers were saying, man. You know, let me read that again in 12. It says, the time is come, the day draweth near, let not the buyer rejoice, nor the seller mourn. You know,
the buyer being United States, the American, all right, and the seller being these other nations, specifically in this case the Chinese, the Moabites, all right, which is the prime place that we do our business with, our commerce.
A prime example: whenever you purchase something, it'll say "Made in China," "Made in Taiwan," "Made in Japan."
Exactly.
Okay, so they're going to show you that it's made in another nation. So they sell all their products to a merchant, because a merchant is a store that has the merchandise that you want to purchase your product from. America is that merchant city, the mystery of Babylon. And you can go into Walmart and you can find almost every product in there comes from an outside source or international country. America rarely produces any product that's made here. It's always imported. That's why America is a country that's dependent on the products of the foreign nations.
It has to be that way. This is not a well, I'd rather just say this is a consumer nation. This is consumer, you know, this is what we do. The only thing we export really is entertainment.
Guns.
And
Guns.
You know,
Now, with that being said, who's the biggest consumers? And don't Salakia, let that without speak about the SHAM. Who's the biggest consumers? Who's the biggest consumer?
Oh, here in America,
We are.
Jake.
Exactly. Now go ahead, down without Salakia.
Hey, I was gonna say, hey, America's like top 3 exports is basically like entertainment, military weapons, and pornographic material, man.
Which is philosophy.
Yeah, the wine.
Entertainment, that's philosophy, man. All right? Because why? You got people singing and rapping songs. That's why they're number one when they're
Trends.
number one thing.
Setting trends.
Yeah, it's philosophy, man.
Indoctrinating people, really putting them all to sleep, controlling their minds, man.
God, which is the philosophy.
That wine, the cup, you know, the wine.
And it all goes back to Jake, you know. And that's Jake, because Jake really, this place wouldn't be nothing if Jake wasn't here, because Jake buys up everything, and Jake is actually the main thing, as far as the main export. Jake is directly involved with one of the main exports. Not next to weapons, okay, like the brother mentioned. Okay, but entertainment by all means. If Jake wasn't here, what is America going to be exporting out of here? Nothing. All right, but sin.
What made Egypt great?
Jake. All right.
No, he was there.
So these people on this side here, these so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American Indians, Seminole Indians. Okay, we were over there in Egypt. We was in these other lands in slavery, and the whole reason why those nations were great is because we were there. Once we were gone, those nations fell down.
What happened with the Aztecs, the Incas, and the Mayans? For millennia, centuries on and on out, they've been ruling and having gold and all kind of vessels and natural resources. But who are them same people? That would be them brothers right here, Mayim and Ash.
Yep.
Going down to the Northern Kingdom and
Issachar, Asher, you know, yeah, Zebulon. Those they had kingdoms in America before all this came. Empires, absolutely.
Empire.
Absolutely. With kings and rulers. And a lot of them was following the laws for a very long time before, you know, they started really going off. But that's a whole other story. You know? But you look at these other nations, or specifically right now, Esau, they look at Jake right now like, there's no way that these people are anybody. You know? You still got that, if you want to give me that Lamentations, I know you talked earlier.
I got it.
Yeah.
I was just holding the sign.
Yeah, I know, bro. Yeah, man, because they look at us, they shake their heads at us, they look at us like we ain't shit, bro. And if somebody want to get the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, what is it?
I got it. Yeah, I'm
Yeah, let me make sure that's it.
Real quick, I got the word empire.
Yep.
Online etymology.
Yep.
Territory subject to an emperor's rule. All right, that's empire. Territory subject to an emperor's rule.
Read that again.
Territory subject to an emperor's rule.
And that's empire.
And what that territory was what? North America, South America, Central America, all right, and also
Caribbean islands.
Canada, Caribbean islands. Okay, you know, so that's an empire. So Jake already had empires here. Esau come here and like Jake was just uncivilized.
And he did it through deception.
and
You know,
animals,
it wasn't
man.
like he just came and he waged war right away. No, he did it all through deception. And now those empires fell, and Esau's empire stands.
Empire again. It says territory subject to an emperor's rule.
Territory subject to an emperor's rule. Another word for emperor will be a king, a dictator, a tyrant, or a president. So here in America, this place that you're walking on, this land, was inhabited by what you call Native Americans, who would be the indigenous people of this land, or Taino or Arawak Indians. But here right now, what you do, you say that New York, which is the empire state of the empire that you built, is basically what runs the whole world. So where's the NYSC? It's in New York. What's the stock? Now the stock is bonds, but the first stock in bonds was us. But they changed it to something that's known as money, legal tender.
The word stocks and bonds go back to bondage. You know, stocks. You put stocks on your ankles. You call them stocks, like bird traps. You know,
long stocks.
Yeah. What you call it, and then of course bonds. You know, that's what the brother was just saying. That's Jake. Jake was the first stocks on the damn exchange, man. You know, and it starts in the Empire State. That's where the shit started. Okay.
Black Wall Street. Wall Street. Yeah.
All of this is the whole world is Esau's empire. That's really the beast, but you have to break it down like to NATO and the EU.
But it goes back to these guys because these guys they don't mean shit in the eyes of these emperors.
But we keep the empires running because without whatever Israel is, you gonna know that empire is gonna prosper over all empires.
All empires.
Yeah,
that's why I mentioned Egypt. Go ahead.
It's like a real quick. It's like a car. Yeah, it's the dies, but look, the dies ain't making the car run. It's the motor. We the motor that keep the car running. You know.
And that's why it's a love. It's a love,
relationship.
It's a love-hate relationship, man. Esau Edom, he hate us. He hate us because he can't beat us, but he love us. All right, because he needs us, man. He needs us when it comes down to the fruition of his empire.
You wanna know why he need us? Because we have the blessing that he was supposed to receive.
Exactly.
So he envied us.
And that's why the scriptures say, Lord hate him. Because this man, he has a perpetual hatred for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians.
He hates you.
He hates
He's
you.
always hated you.
Yeah,
You got the script?
yeah, I got it. You said you want the Limitations 2?
Yeah,
16?
15.
15? Yeah, 15?
Yeah, man.
All YAHAWASHI. With 2 swipes. Limitations 2 and 15. All that passed by clap their hands at thee.
And that's really talking about these other nations looking on to Israel. Okay? They see Israel, like right now, you know. They walk by, they clap, you know, and they don't let us clap their hands like applauding us, but read on, it's gonna explain.
Hey, get back this brother up. It's something that I do at my job, you know, in the comical matter. I may see somebody that may trip a little bit, but they're still walking. I give them a clap.
Yeah, God.
It's mocking you. It's mocking you.
Exactly, you're right.
Limitation is the spirit. It's in Lamentations chapter 2, verse 15. All that passed by clapped their hands at thee. They hissed and wagged their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? Because what we would say is that we are the people of the Bible. We are the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We know that the lost 10 tribes are the so-called Spanish-speaking tribes in Native America. But when you see us, all you can recollect and try and correlate us with is BET, Fire Magazine, twerking videos, the NFL, reggae, being the strongest, being the most prettiest, being the biggest. But you won't tell us who we are according to the Bible. Because we fit all of the curses, because we really have the blessings, because we are the gods on earth, but they won't bestow that upon us.
That's why when you see brothers out here doing this, you know, you see, or they woo, or they, you know, shake their head. They'll look at the sign, they're gonna shake their head in disapproval because, you know, we're really supposed to be just their entertainment. We're supposed to be their grunts, their workers. We're not supposed to do standing up for themselves. All right. So they look at us like, what the fuck these niggers doing? You know? Yeah, I know. They look like, look at how these dudes doing. These Negroes, these Tonto. What are they doing out there? You know, they're shaking their head at us. all right? Because we're not supposed to mount to anything except for being a good slave, a good boy, and an entertainer. That's really about it. You gonna say something real quick?
Yeah, real quick through the spirit. That's why Elder Yeshua said, if we was niggas that had tattoos on our face, all right, it wouldn't be nothing to be said. But now that you see men out here standing up on the four corners of the earth, teaching this truth, all right, and standing up for righteousness, you have a problem.
It's an issue now, you know.
It's an issue.
Yeah. But so what do? They mock us. They shake their head at us, and they have something. They always have something negative to say. All right. But what is you have really negative to say? You have to really reflect that on yourself, because your people, you Edomites, you made this all possible by your wickedness. Read on.
Limitations 2 and 16. All thy enemies have opened their.
Actually, hold on, Salakia. Go back to the where it says the joy of the earth and everything.
I didn't read it.
Right back in 15, it was last.
Okay, I'm gonna read it.
Yes.
Salaki. Limitations 2 and 15. All that pass by, clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, "Is this the city that man called the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth?"
Yeah, looking at Jerusalem, who are what? You so-called Negroes, so-called Hispanics, Latinos, you so-called Native American Indians, you Seminole Indians. You really aren't shit to them in their eyes. So they look at us like, really? You're supposed to be you're the ones, you're saying that you're the children of God? Like, get the fuck out of here, dog. You're supposed to be the perfection of the whole earth? You're the joy of the earth? Perfection of beauty, you said? I don't believe it. Go fuck out of here. Read on.
Verse 17. Yahawah have done that which he have devised. He have fulfilled his word that he had commanded in the days of old. He have thrown down and have not pity. And he have caused thine enemy to rejoice over thee. He have set up the horn of thine adversaries. That's a heavy verse, man.
Heavy verse.
That is a heavy verse. Let's go with Job 9 and 24. The Lord said, I've set up the horn of thine adversaries. What is another word for adversary? That's enemy. What's another word for enemy? For horn? Strength. I set up the strength of thy adversaries, man. Job 9 and 24. The earth given to the hands of the wicked. They covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he, man? That's heavy.
You see that? That's an extremely important verse right there. You want to read it one more time?
Good. Lamentations. What are YAHAWASHI? Lamentations, chapter 2, verse 16.
Yeah.
All thy enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and gnash the teeth. They say, we have swallowed her up. Certainly, this is the day that we looked for. We have found. We have seen it.
Yeah, man. When they see Jake falling, this is the day that they look for, man.
Right.
They saw Jake falling apart. They saw a moment to come in there and cash in. Boom. This is what they was waiting for. Now they have control over everything, control over the whole planet Earth, the stinking Earth, because Jake fell. This is what they was looking for, the moment they're waiting for, where the sons of the Most High, the sons of God in their eyes, have fallen from grace. Now they have complete liberty to walk over the whole earth and do as much wickedness as possible. Now let's look at the earth. They had a field day with this place. Complete field day. This is a free-for-all. They do whatever they want.
And real talk, what they do right now, they suffocate the earth and they lay down concrete to make you dirt roads and highways. Now you can see a $100,000, $500,000, $1 million car like a Bugatti, Maserati, or a Bentley. But that same car is doing gas emissions that's polluting the very air that you breathe. But you will have tons of people crowding around a luxury car taking pictures and then actually taking pictures and taking seconds off of their life. All these things that man has created is wicked. Ecclesiastes 7, the last verse, have created man upright, but they've sought up many inventions. That's why the earth has been defiled by the inhabitants thereof, because Job 9:24 go back to Esau.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. You see that? And the brother just basically just broke it down for you. All right, it all stems back to this man, the Edomites, Esau Edom. Okay, the worst of the worst, who will as soon as he sees an opening to do wickedness, he's gonna do it. So when the sons of the Most High, they felt, who was there to swipe in and take over the earth? Esau Edom. And now look what he's done with the earth. He's covered, like the brother said, covered it in concrete to make it more comfortable for him, more like home for him.
Make it like the caves.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, you want to get that into Obadiah real quick? Just real quick, because yeah, he needs to make this place more like home. Is get rid of all this scenery, this greenery. Yeah,
all this life.
Yeah, get rid of all this life. We need some more depth in here. You know, we need some more. We need some more gray. The cliff.
Pretty much every building that he had.
This is Obadiah. It's only one chapter. Verse. We start at 10. We start at 10. Yeah, 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob,
he was hoping for one of us.
shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. Can you hand me that?
Yeah.
No, the slave.
For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover him. All right, shame shall cover him. Because why? Look at this picture right here. Look at this sign. For thy violence against thy brother. All right, and if you know anything about the history of Jacob and Esau, they're twin brothers. All right, so for thy violence against your brother Jacob, Esau, shame's gonna eventually cover you. Go ahead.
Hey, you got something phone?
Oh yeah, that's going on. That's something he got something.
Okay, come on.
Yeah. You good.
Back to the
Hey,
yeah, this is why I make a point about what we're saying about the
I'm just looking.
it is. It's in the beginning.
Look, all you want. It's free.
Obadiah 1, I'm starting at 3. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. Thou that dwellest,
You're right.
thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock. I'm reading again. Salakia. Obadiah 1 and 3.
Because we talking about, remember we said he took over, as soon as this man had liberty to take over the earth, what did he do? He completely took care of all the green life on this earth. He got rid of it. Anything that was holy unto the Lord, he got rid of it. Okay? Anything that promotes life, he got rid of it. Go ahead.
Verse 3. The pride of thine heart have deceived thee. Thou that dwelleth in the clefts of the rock.
The one that dwelleth in the clefts of the rock. Yeah. Right? Which what that means is, boom. Yeah, because it's kind of small. It's kind of small, but get it on the camera. The Mount Petra, is it on there?
Right here.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. It's real small. So yeah, that's Mount Petra, which is, if you look, carefully, you can see that it's the same architecture as what's going on in Rome, Greece, in America. Which one is specifically DC, but basically any downtown.
Yeah.
Where Abraham Lincoln's sitting in the throne with his hand.
Every town center.
He's under the same structure, just like that. But he's sitting in the throne, which goes back to the ancient pharaohs. There was the ancient pharaoh that sat in the same type of throne, but they basically imitated it through Abraham Lincoln over there in DC, which is why they say that we were spiritually in Egypt and Sodom, because America took on a lot of practices of Egypt. But when they bury you, they embalm you, and they'll put certain artifacts inside of your coffin, thinking that you'll live on forever after death. Okay?
That's an old ancient custom that Esau, which I'll say it, is what would be considered the so-called white man today. All right. Go ahead and read just to make the point.
Okay, I got you. Obadiah chapter 1. I'm continue on from 3. Whoso habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
Whose habitation is high, the one that dwells in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high. All right, and if you look around, you can put the camera on any of these buildings here. That habitation is definitely high, and I wonder who's living up on top of those things, and who designed it, who's the architecture of those things. All right, ones that stained, ones that placed this concrete on the ground. All right, this is an ancient custom of the nation of Israel. All right. This is something, the one that dwelleth in the clefts of the rock, which you don't got to get the sign again, but on that sign again, they'll show you Mount Petra. It's Esau Edom. He used to live in those. He designed those. That's his heritage. He dwelled in the clefts of the rock. Go ahead, bro.
Because if you go into the Native Americans, and like the Incas and the Mayans and the Aztecs, the people that's been living here on this land, they've been living here since 722 BC. Okay? Because the brothers right here that you see, we've been preaching this word, going to the elders, apostles, and great millstone. Okay? Because the men you see preaching this word, they are the ones that know the true parables of the Bible. But if you're not out here preaching this, if you telling somebody else about it, the Most High not dealing with you. Because when you saw Paul and the disciples and the apostles, you saw them out preaching the word. See, everybody not willing to make themselves a living sacrifice.
Yeah.
They want to use your
Profess
platform
themselves to be wise.
They want to use your platform to try and preach the word to somebody else.
Yep.
But do you see them out doing the word? No. It's for the moment.
Yep.
Go ahead, up.
Con. You see, that's beautiful. The water for that.
Con.
You know? And you look at and matter of fact,
Hey, I mean, at the end of the day, if this was for everybody, you would see the whole block lined up with people teaching.
Right.
But at the end of the day, everybody ain't out here teaching because they ain't got the answers.
Hey,
They don't know what's going on.
And to back you up, if he really believed in this word, he'd be out here on the corner preaching it every week. But this is for the moment because he with his people, so he want to let them know what he may know, but he's not making himself a living sacrifice. Because the people in the Bible that he's speaking about, they died for speaking this truth.
Yeah.
We putting our lives on the line to preach this to people who don't know.
Yeah, we're not out here for the concert or the drinks. We're out here for the Lord.
Kudos. Oh, you know something.
the Jonas
The
Brothers.
Lord gave
Yeah,
you
the
knowledge to
Jonas,
know
the
this.
Mahonis.
What you gonna do with it? Because knowledge is the precursor to wisdom. Wisdom is when you apply it. If you're not applying it, don't speak it. Then you're wasting your time. Go ahead.
You know, and again, you was talking about preaching. You know, go ahead and bring that out.
Apply it. Don't just speak it.
Hey, James 1, chapter 1, be not hearers of the word only, but doers of the word, deceiving your own selves. Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Water.
Yeah, I peeped it. Yeah, Jake wanna confess himself to be wise, man. Yeah. But yeah, but nothing, man. You ain't got nothing to say. Con, go ahead, get back to it.
Because you full of bullshit.
Go ahead,
Con, this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him.
Read it again.
Con, this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1.
Go ahead.
Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness.
And the righteous man stands in great boldness. Okay. Who are the righteous ones? The ones that truly, honestly believe in YAHAWASHI with no buts. Okay? When you stand in great boldness, it's because you truly, honestly have faith in said thing. Alright? And we have faith in the words of YAHAWASHI. So we stand out here in the faces of our enemies in great boldness. Okay? Go ahead.
Con, it says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such have afflicted him and made no account of his labors.
Hey, can you give me that
That was Judah last time.
poster right there by the shop?
Is it him? Okay, yeah, he changed it to you.
Pretty much telling you, man, of that wickedness that we had to go through in great boldness. Because when you think about it, all this shame that you see amongst our people, okay, all the raping, all the lynching, all the burning alive, see, the so-called white man, woman, and child want to hide that. They don't want you to know that for centuries we had you under subjection. Because it's a shame to us, right? That's a shameful thing. Damn. Every day I go to work, I'm around these Caucasians. Hey, how you doing, Terrell? Hey, how you doing, Tyrone?
Don't bring Terrell into this.
But deep down inside, you know, their ancestors had you in chains and shackles in the barn.
Right.
That's a shame unto us.
Right.
But when you go into the Bible, the Lord said you went through that because you didn't keep my laws, statutes, and commandments. So now you be like, hold on, wait a minute. I'm a descendant from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I'm an Israelite. That's what you're saying, right? But see, our people don't want to hear that. Neither do Esau either. And the Lord said, pray not for these people. Because these are the, even though we was there with them, these are the same people through the spirit that one of YAHAWASHI dead. Why you think all these atrocities happening to them?
If we wasn't up, we in the world, we're not of the world. All right? So, you know, the Lord pulled us out of that shit, man. The Lord pulled us out of that shit. You know, we had to go through this. All right, now is the point, it's the time to come back, all right? It's waking up, coming back, all right? Because it fell away, now it's time to come back. All right, this is the last hurrah. So This is a time to what? Stand in great boldness for the truth. Well, nobody else is doing it. You and choice other men are the only ones standing up. Standing up for what you know is true and righteous. That's a big plot to fill. Man.
I'm gonna back this brother up, and I'm gonna let this brother call me Allah bring out this precept. Our prime example is Daniel. When Daniel found out who was the King Nebuchadnezzar that made an edict that everybody had to give a sacrifice or worship a certain idol, what Daniel did, Daniel went to water. Daniel went to his window and he faced towards the east, got on his knees and prayed.
I think that was Belshazzar. Belshazzar.
No, you
Daniel. It's Daniel. They call him Batar.
I'm saying, but the king.
It's the spirit.
I just read that chapter today, man.
Right.
In my closet.
See how the spirit is? But at the very same time, though, we're doing the same thing. We
That was
making
right
us.
before he had to go into the lion's den.
No, I'm
Exactly.
saying it was King Belshazzar.
Oh, okay.
It was Nebuchadnezzar's son. Get it.
We
Get
talking
it.
about Daniel. We just get to the point
Yeah,
of Daniel.
yeah.
It was Daniel who basically went against that. Like we're going against the grain right now. We're not
And they
basically
made a council. They had a council.
against Daniel.
Because he was the president over it. He was the president over
Yeah,
the
that
council.
was definitely Belshazzar.
Exactly.
You know?
Because when you go into
Right?
Daniel,
It was like, we know he won't defy King Darius at that time, so we know that we have to have him.
Nah, it wasn't Darius, brother.
I'm sorry.
It was Belshazzar. Get it. Just get it.
All right. It's like it.
Daniel the 6th chapter.
I'm with you, bro. I'm with you, bro. I just read this today. Start from the top.
Yeah,
Start wherever you need, yeah.
Hey, the spirit. This is Daniel chapter 6, verse 1. It pleased Darius to set
who?
It pleased Darius to set over the kingdom of 120 princes, which she be.
Oh, it's Darius. Okay. I thought it was Belshazzar.
It's all good, bro. Daniel chapter 6, verse 1. It pleased Darius to set over the kingdom 120 princes, which should be over the whole kingdom.
In fact, let's read it.
Come on, bro. I just read this today.
Yeah, because it's basically going to correlate with what we're going through right now. Go ahead.
Daniel chapter 6, verse 2. And over these 3 presidents, of whom Daniel was first, that the prince might give account unto them, and the king should have no damage. Then this Daniel was preferred above the presidents and princes.
Now, who that remind you of? Moses.
Yep.
During the time in Egypt. Go ahead up.
Con. And it reads, because an excellent spirit was in him.
Excellent.
Yes. And the king thought to set him over the whole realm. Then the president and princes sought to find occasion against Daniel concerning the kingdom.
And it's the same thing that went into, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it's the book of Ezra in the 4th chapter. Because they was given the edict, I believe it was Darius, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know. But they was given the edict to build a temple again. Okay? And then what happened? They said, let us build a temple with you. And they were like, nah, man, you're not an Israelite. What you want to do? So then that started to put more pressure on them. Same thing. You see, I'm following you. Go ahead.
Con. Verse 4, it says, then the president and princes sought to find occasion, because they was jealous.
Exactly.
Find occasion against Daniel concerning the kingdom, but they could find no occasion, nor fault. For as much as he was faithful, neither was there any error or fault found in him.
So hold on. Let's just stop right. That's why I said stop. Find the next precept where it says that he faced towards the east. It said he found no fault in him. No. The next precept is in that same verse.
Okay,
The point of the matter is that it said he found no fault in him. Because he went against the edict of the prince of the power. What should I say of the prince of that time, the king, so to say. I'm sorry.
That's what he
Let me
said.
take it away. Yeah. The king of that time. Pray to this God. Just like right now, it's gonna be a time they gonna make you, not make you, they gonna put it before you the hour of temptation to take that chip.
Which is the same thing.
Which is the same thing.
The God which
Put a decree out, yeah.
Exactly.
You can call Satan.
Exactly, because they know.
Because during this time, you had to eat it. Or should I say an executive order that bypassed all constitution, that bypassed everything else. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, that's what you're talking about.
That's what happened.
And prophetically, what's going to end up happening is that this whole constitution thing you see in the United States, that's going to be done away with. Because of what? Maybe a war, or maybe some sort of a national crisis.
Or Yahweh's will. Because when you go into the history, when you go into Epiphanes the Great, the third, he basically said we can keep our laws. When you go into First Maccabees, the first chapter, it said that his son, Epiphanes, the fourth who came after him, said, forget everything my father said. I'm going to put pressure on you.
Yeah, we ain't doing that.
We ain't doing that. So whenever it's the Most High's will, it goes back to the prophecy. Remember the Lord told you in Jeremiah the 17th chapter, the 4th verse, he told Jeremiah, even you shall forget your inheritance. So we all had to forget it at some point. You know?
He told Daniel he got to stand in his own light. He told Daniel he got to stand in his light. He told John the Revelator he don't have to prophesy again.
We all here.
Yeah, we all here again, man.
And I proceed through the Spirit. All brothers out here with me, man. I feel that lot.
Hell yeah. Faithful and loyal.
Loyal.
That's right. I'm sorry. Daniel chapter 6, verse 4. Then the president and princes sought to find occasion against Daniel concerning the kingdom. But they could not find none occasion.
Just like us, okay?
Nor fault. For as much as he was faithful, neither was there any error or fault found in him.
Right?
I ain't glad.
Then said these men, we shall not find any occasion against this Daniel, except we find it against him concerning the law of his power.
So they tried to conspire against him, right?
Jealous.
They did the same thing with YAHAWASHI. Then now they said, oh, this man proclaimed to be the Son of God. That he said that he's going to destroy the temple and what? Come on, and raise it in 3 days. When Solomon took him 40, I'm sorry, more than 40, I forgot how long
40 years.
A certain period of time. Come on, they did the same thing. They used the law against him. He was on trial.
And that's why Yahawashi said, I came not to destroy that law,
but to fulfill it.
But to fulfill the law.
So he gonna use the same law against me. He even said, if you would have hearkened unto Moses,
you would have
run on about me.
That's right, man.
Come on, man, Yahawashi was cold, bro. He was Jake, man.
Verse 5. Hey, this shit nasty.
It's
It is.
Yes. We can read this whole chapter. Verse 5. Then said these men, we shall not find any occasion against this Daniel, except we find it against him concerning the law of his power.
Right.
Then these presidents and princes assembled together to the king and said thus unto him, King Darius, live forever. All the presidents in the kingdom and the governors and the princes, the counselors and the captains have consulted together to establish a royal statute and to make a firm decree that whosoever shall ask a petition of any power of men for 30 days, save of thee, O king, he shall be cast into the den of lions.
So in other words, within these 30 days of you giving tribute to another deity or idol, okay, pertaining to whoever Darius may possess or whoever he may worship, within that 30-day period, if you don't give any petition, any offering to that deity or idol, you're going to be cast into the lion's den. Did it say lion's den or fire?
Yeah, lion's den.
Because the fire was Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego.
3 holy children.
Right, because Belteshazzar was Daniel.
Yeah, that's right.
But Nebuchadnezzar at that time gave them names pertaining to what he wanted to be labeled as, but they all had another name.
Exactly, that's right. Daniel had another name. I think it was
It was Belteshazzar, but he was Belteshazzar with Ashur, but it was another name. That's what I'm saying. That's why I said Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego. It's not Daniel, but Daniel was known as Belteshazzar.
Right.
So it's right. It's different. It's
right. Hey, come.
It's a spirit.
Daniel.
And the brother wasn't wrong, but we're just different types.
Daniel chapter 6 verse 9. Wherefore King Daniel, wherefore King Darius signed the writing in the decree. Now when Daniel knew that the writing was signed, this is what you wanted. He went into his house and in his windows, being open in his chamber toward Jerusalem, he kneeled upon his knees 3 times a day and prayed.
He knelt upon his knees. So this goes against the edict that was given to them by time. Go ahead, on.
God, and prayed and gave thanks before his power as he did aforetime.
So right now, as we speak and we preaching, other Apostle Gabar did a video, and he also mentioned Aaron Russo, which he showed a clip as we were speaking about. If you get this chip, they have the power to pretty much shut down your functions, your motor skills, and everything, and take the money out your account, what they can do right now with a credit card. Because if you have on a federal investigation, they'll freeze your assets and your account. That's no different than you having a chip in your body, just you have it on the card. So they spoke about that. So in other words, if you don't sacrifice it to this God, if you don't accept this, eat it, you're gonna be put to death. If you don't take this RFID chip, this mark of the beast, Chief Ephraim, you're gonna be put to death. Point blank period. This is the time we're living in.
That's the time we're living in, right? This is gonna be the last go around. And we're gonna be tried just like that. And the so-called alliance is gonna be the guillotine. The water, right? The water. Go ahead, bro.
Hey, just saying, James, blessed is the man that endures temptation. So when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life. The elect, when it comes on that time of being tried,
That's
guess
in
what?
James, right?
Yeah, that's right. When it comes on that time of being tried, guess what? They're going to be granted salvation, man. Because into the end, they hoped unto the name of the YAHAWASHI. They put that name as a strong tower into themselves, and they ran into it. And they were safe in that time. It ain't matter what they had to go through, guess what? And their life was on the line, as it is written, strive to truth to death. They put their trust in YAHAWASHI, his name only. You know? This is Daniel chapter 6, verse 11. Then these men assembled and found Daniel praying. And making,
you in trouble.
That's right. And making supplications before his power.
Before his power.
That's right.
So not their power, his power.
His power. That's right.
That's
right.
I just want to make sure.
That's right. That's right.
Heard that.
Yeah, that's right. Verse 12. Then they came near and spake before the king concerning the king's decree. Hast thou not signed a decree?
Hold on, have you not made a pact with us?
Yeah.
Have you not taken that chip?
Yeah.
Have you not?
Yeah.
Is this just, hey, is this your J hand? Is this your John hand?
Yeah.
The water. Have you not made a blood pact with Satan?
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Yeah, Daniel was on that level, man.
Daniel was, you gotta be on that level.
That's right. Start with other Apostle Harlow down. That's why they watching. That's why they watching. They know. They know.
Hey, when the elders start getting strikes, bro, you know we at the end.
That's right.
It's clear.
That's right.
And they're the better example of what we're supposed to be.
Their channels haven't really been touched like that in a long time. Now all of a sudden,
Now all
we
of
still
a
got a
sudden,
problem.
we there.
Yeah,
bro.
we there.
Let's
We got
go.
this.
Right.
Go
I want to go home, man. I'm tired of this shit.
You got Elder Apostle Gabar making the channels like, look, prepare for GMS to walk and talk. 8 being shut down.
One more second is
No, he said goodbye. GMS walking talk 8.
Goodbye.
Yep.
It's 8 for a reason. It's 8 for a reason
And that's
because
glory.
he actually had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
But think of that. 8 is a continuous circle.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's an 8.
infinity cycle.
So Esau is like, you're gonna put a strike on it. Wait a minute, you're trying to shut this continuous cycle of me edifying the sheep to rest? That go to show you that family of the word is coming pretty soon.
Almost 8, man. That's right. 8. And what's going to back that up? Ezekiel 33 and 33. That's why we facing all this hell we going through. Whether it's at your job, whether it's you around, you live with, they gonna know. Yeah, they gonna know. Like, God damn, this whole time, this was a prophet amongst me. This whole time, I birthed a prophet. This whole time, my co-worker was a prophet. Yeah, this whole time, he actually was telling me of the things that was going to come to pass, and they coming.
Let me tell you something. This brother just was saying that, right? We just saw 8, 9 women walk by us. Right? With no man. And that day, who gonna have pity upon them?
That's right. This is Daniel chapter 6. I'm starting from verse 12 again. It says, Then they came near and spake before the king concerning the king's decree. Hast thou not signed a decree?
This your signature here?
Yep.
This shit?
That's right. That every man that shall ask a petition of any power or man within 30 days, save of thee, O king, shall be cast into the dens of lions. The king answered and said, The thing is true, according to the law of the Medes and the Persians, which altereth not. Then answered they and said before the king, that Daniel, which is the captivity of the children of Judah, regardeth not thee, O king.
Hold on. So hold on. Daniel said you did. You has something to say.
Khan, it says, but maketh his petition 3 times a day.
Hey, hold on, Salaki. Where do you think the Muslims get that from? Because Muhammad used to follow around the Jews, which was the southern kingdom, and he got that practice from us. Because it tells you that in Babylon and Timbuktu.
I'll do it.
It's not even your custom, but they know that Ishmael, their forefather, was the firstborn of Abraham. That's why they say that. That's why they say Allah. Yeah, that's why they say Allah.
Khan, Daniel 6:14. Then the king, when he heard these words, was sore displeased with himself, and set his heart on Daniel to deliver him. And he labored till the going down of the sun to deliver him. Then these men assembled unto the king and said unto the king, Know, O king, that the law of the Medes and the Persians is that no decree nor statute which the king established may be changed.
So hold on. That's no different than us being at the guillotine or us being in the concentration camp, like being faced between life and death. This is easy, man. Esau allowed us to come out here because of Romans 13:1.
Right.
To speak this word. We have the liberty to put these videos up, man. But when they cut all that off, bro, everything you have with a brother, man, that's all you will have in your memory. Because after that, you only thinking about survival in the spirit.
Yeah, that goes back to the Isaiah 33. So, you know.
As it was having this ability all our time.
Goes back to that because
The fear of the Lord is his treasure.
because all this, again, going back to the preaching being done away with, you know, because when this happens again, what the brother's reading, when that happens again, and modern times, so to speak, all right, the internet's going to be long gone. All right, when you were in a concentration camp or whatever the case is, you fought, or like you said, you're given an ultimatum or whatever to take the ship. All right, there ain't gonna be no more preaching and none of that going on. All right, whatever you got is what you obtained while you had liberty. All right, so if you was out here getting this word while you had the liberty, then you gonna know what to do. But if you don't, if you don't build your faith up on any of that, then when this is brought to our forefront, to our table, to our faces, you're gonna fold on the pressure, and you're gonna take that chip and you're gonna bow down to them as the new God, because it ain't gonna be no YAHAWASHI if you went ahead and you got that thing and you for him.
And that's why YAHAWASHI said, hold that fast which thou hast, and let no man take thy crown. Because there's going to be certain men out here on the planet Earth that was going to actually hold fast to what they have learned. Hold fast.
A small percentage of people.
Right.
It's not a lot of them.
No. Hold fast to what they learn, man. Hold fast to the doctrine.
And I hold fast means hold tight.
That's right, man.
Yeah, like you fasten a seatbelt, it's the same thing. It's tight on you.
That's right.
You hold fast to what you got. All right, which is this truth. If you want to let go, but you want to loosen up the grip, then it's gonna flip out, bro. You didn't have faith from the beginning. So when you presented with the lines, then you're gonna fold under pressure like a pump. You're gonna do whatever Esau tells you to do.
Faith. You just was out there, man. You just thought it was something to do.
Brothers ain't gonna hesitate to say whatever off my fucking head. Any brother out here that's really true in this thing, when they presented with that ultimatum, they're gonna say, off of my fucking head, take my fucking head, man.
That's right.
Just fucking do it. The hell with you and your goddamn system. Death to you and yours.
Because they understand death. They understand sleep.
It's
they
not
understand
death.
rest.
There's
Yeah,
no
it's
death.
not, man.
There's no death. That we understand what comes after this. So if that's what the judgment is, then so be it. We take it like men. Any man that really truly believes in YAHAWASHI, when you're gonna be presented with that lines, then which many of us may be, brothers are gonna have the wherewithal to do the right thing. All right, which is to follow YAHAWASHI no matter what it takes, even if it means your life. Strive to the truth unto death.
This is Daniel chapter 6, verse 16. And it says, Then the king commanded, and they brought Daniel and cast him into the den of lions. Now the king spake and said unto Daniel, Thy power, whom thou servest continually, he will deliver thee. And a stone was brought and laid upon the mouth of the den, and the king...
Want to read that again? Go back.
This is Daniel chapter 6, verse 16. Then the king commanded, and they brought Daniel and cast him into the den of lions.
Right.
Now the king spake and said unto Daniel, Thy power, whom thou servest continually, He will deliver thee.
Yeah, that power that you serve continue.
He believed,
Yeah,
man.
that thing
He
you
knew.
that you keep getting on the floor and
He
praying to.
He knew.
Let that deliver you.
He knew.
Okay, go ahead.
Come, he knew. Verse 17, and a stone was brought and laid upon the mouth of the den, and the king sealed it with his own signet.
Yeah, big ass stone.
Yep.
You ain't getting out of there, bro.
Yep.
You stuck. Right?
Come, and it says, and with the signet of his lords, that the purpose might not be changed concerning Daniel. Then the king went to his palace and passed the night fasting.
He went fast.
Yeah, the king fasted.
He was hurt. He
Yeah,
was hurt.
he knew.
But he couldn't go. He couldn't go against that edict.
couldn't, man.
And they go back
That's
to
it.
John the Baptist with Herod. Cause he said, "Listen, I'll give you anything."
Yep.
Her mother said,
had
"Give
it.
me John the Baptist's head on the
had to,
platter."
man.
He had to.
So he believed. He knew that John the Baptist.
All
He
the
knew.
people would have been against
Yes,
him,
man.
just like God damn it, what's his name? Who Yahawah?
Pontius Pilate.
The water, Pontius Pilate.
Oh, I washed my hands.
And wash my hands.
innocent.
I believe.
Yeah, I
Same
believe.
situation.
He even went to his wife who had a vision.
He ain't done nothing wrong. He didn't do nothing wrong.
Nah,
Yeah.
that's the man.
Y'all tripping.
That's the man right there. Y'all tripping.
Yeah.
Damn, he's
He was an Edomite.
Jake hated YAHAWASHI boy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
that was Edomite. Yeah.
Damn, boy.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, huh?
Can you?
Y'all have
Oh,
some.
it's a lot. Yeah, yeah.
Hey, matter of fact, read the last verse.
All right, come. Daniel chapter 6, verse 18. And it says, then the king went to his palace and passed the night fasting. Neither were instruments or music brought before him.
Because you know what that brings? That brings positivity. That
Remedy.
brings positive energy.
Yeah, remedy.
He's basically more than
It becomes
Yeah, he's mourning.
it becomes medicine to him.
Yep.
So what happened to Saul?
Exactly.
King David came around. Right? It wasn't King David at that time, but David came around. And it was soothing unto him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like living the ambience or 432 megahertz, whatever you listen to.
Listen to Lofi.
Lofi, Lo-fi, chill hop.
They put you in a more
Yellow brick road.
And right, it releases that negative energy.
Yeah, basically what he wanted to do was he wanted to kind of mellow in that in that feeling because he knows that Daniel was a righteous man, all right, and the man had faith, all right. So what he ended up doing was, shit, I gotta fast, man. Don't bring no music around me. I don't want.
And this the king. This ain't even a date.
That's
This is a meeting person, man.
The boss of the whole world.
Yeah, he ain't even. He's a heathen, man.
Yeah, exactly.
All right,
So he know what it means to fast.
That's right, man.
This is a different world back then.
It was a whole different, because everybody was under the jurisdiction of the law, but it was only one that kept that law before the flood to the best of his ability, and that was Noah. Then he had 3 sons, and then, it trickled down.
Yeah.
Man, boy,
It was much closer to that.
That law was oral.
The water.
It was oral.
was
It
oral.
didn't need to be
Written on stone by Moses.
Exactly.
It was more because that's what made him righteous and just Lot, who was basically disturbed by the filthy
Right,
conversation.
because of the spirit that was in him. The spirit was righteous.
If you can go back to Cain and Abel, they
If you want to say something, jump in.
No, I just said the
This
same
double
thing.
Dutch.
I just said the same thing he said, Cain and Abel.
Yeah, seeing this Cain and Abel, they was keeping the law, and there was nothing written down. So it was something that was given to the flesh of the earth. That this is your power, all right, and this is how you serve your power. They just knew off rip. But who was reading?
Everybody, you got something?
No, by that time it was already written on stone, though. That time it was already written on stone.
What time period?
That time period you're talking about.
Right.
I'm talking about it.
Yeah, when y'all reading, yeah.
I'm talking about Cain and Abel.
Yeah, I'm saying, but what y'all reading about is already.
Hey, we pulled a Quentin Tarantino. We jumped back in time. We came back to the future. Back to the present. This is Bel and the Dragon. I'm gonna just say how it is. The history of the destruction of Bel and the Dragon cut off from the end of Daniel. And this goes back to what you're reading. All right. It says verse 36. And the angel, I'm starting at 35. And Habakkuk, let's go back to the Old Testament, said, Lord, I never saw Babylon, neither do I know where the den is. He was thrown into the lions den, right? Okay. Then the angel of the Lord, this is in the Apocrypha. Then the angel of the Lord took him by the crown and bare him by the hair of his head, and through the vehemency of his spirit, set him in Babylon over the den. And Habakkuk cried, saying, "Oh Daniel, take the dinner which God hath sent thee, Yahawah. And Daniel said, thou hast remembered me, O God, neither hast thou forsaken me, so like forsaken them that seeketh thee and loveth thee. Then you brought that out when it said it was faithful.
Right.
Because in all the men, hold on, you going against the edict of the prince of this time?
Going back to that wisdom of Solomon too.
The king believed in YAHAWASHI. He fasted.
But he feared the men, just like Saul did in Samuel. So the Lord said, destroy everything, but because he wanted to please the people and feared them, he let them take the sheep. But what did Samuel say? He said, your sin, he said, your disobedience is the sin of witchcraft. And it tells you in the Levitical law, if I'm not mistaken, to suffer not a wish to live. That's why the Lord took the Holy Spirit from him and gave it to David.
Very rebellious.
Exactly, he was very rebellious.
Exodus here.
Yep, oh, Salaki, brother, the water. It was an Exodus, right?
Because he brought him back alive. And he was supposed to slaughter them. He brought them back alive. Daniel chapter 6, verse 21. Then said Daniel unto the king, O king, live forever. My power hath sent his angel and have shut the loins, and have shut the lions' mouths that they have not hurt me.
He just sitting in there chilling with the lions, bro. You know, they ain't even hurting them, bro. He just in there with them. You know, lions lions ain't eat. You know, they hungry. They ain't feeding them nothing but people, but prisoners and shit. All right, lawbreakers, treasonous. So they're gonna feed. That's what they feeding the lions. And then he's sitting there chilling with the lions. Flo, you shut them out for the lions.
Can I back you up to the scriptures?
Yeah, please.
Going back into Baal and the Dragon, the 39th verse. So Daniel arose at the water and did eat, and the angel of the Lord set Habakkuk in his old place again immediately. So that's what you call instant transmission according to you.
Yeah. And that's what's coming again, because there's no new thing under the sun.
Remember that sparks amongst the stubble. Verse 40. Upon the 7th day, the king went to bewail Daniel. He thought he was dead. And when he came to the den, he looked in, and behold, Daniel was sitting. So he thought the lions devoured Daniel. What you said? You kept saying this. He believed.
And he ate food, and he got to eat. He got a full belly. He chilling.
Because he didn't see Habakkuk come down there.
Right.
Right?
But who was on his mind, though? Who was on his dome?
Daniel was on his dome.
He was going to go mourn his death.
He was mourning. Right? He ain't back. Go ahead.
Right, and who was on Daniel's dome?
Yeah, you talking about YAHAWASHI.
Exactly. Who was on Daniel's dome the whole time? YAHAWASHI, and that's what's going to be on the elect time.
The fourth man that was in that fire, and Daniel's the 3rd chapter.
That's right.
I see 3 men down there, and the 4th was like the Son of God.
Right, yeah.
Come
Right.
on.
That's right, man.
Same spirit was with him.
That's right.
Going back into Baal and the Dragon, the 41st verse. Let me say 40. Upon the 7th day, the king went to bewail Daniel, and when he came to the den, he looked in, and behold, Daniel was sitting. So it wasn't a carcass there. He was sitting alive.
Good.
Chilling, healthy.
Healthy as fuck.
Healthy. Verse 41. Then cried the king with a loud voice, saying, Great art thou, O Lord God of Daniel. How about YAHAWASHI?
Right.
And there is none other besides thee.
None.
And he drew him out, brought Daniel out, and cast those that were in the cause of destruction into the den, and they were devoured in a moment before his face.
So it was immediate too.
Damn.
Yeah. So here this is right there. Take him out. And immediately after that, they put them in there.
Yep.
And
they got coward.
And both ripped before they even closed the damn gates. That's crazy, man.
And that's when he feared the Lord, not prior to that. Darius didn't fear the Lord prior to that. That's why he was making people worship him prior to that, 3 times a day. That's when he feared the Lord, when he seen that Daniel was delivered from the lions. Not prior, because he wouldn't have put Daniel in there if he feared the Lord prior. So you got to be specific, because you brothers been jumping around time frames, and it sounded like what y'all were saying. It sounded like he feared the Lord, and that's what it was sounding like y'all were saying. That's why I said it was written down at that time, because they didn't fear the Lord. None of the heathens feared the Lord at that time. But certain men did. Nebuchadnezzar, after these things would happen, you know. So you got to be specific, because people might watch this video and get confused with what y'all saying. So make sure y'all be specific and get to the point what y'all talking about.
This is Daniel chapter 6, verse 23. It says,
because y'all had me confused. And I know what y'all reading, so imagine somebody that don't know, you know. I thought y'all were saying that they knew the law. That's what it sounded like y'all were saying.
Oh no, we didn't mean that.
But that's what it sounded like, you know what I'm saying? That's why you gotta be specific when you're talking about break it down. Don't just say something and just keep on moving. You know what I'm saying? Just for for anybody who's watching that might have heard, you know. Because that's why I said it. That's when he feared the Lord. He didn't fear the Lord prior to that. He didn't care about the laws of the Lord. If he did, he wouldn't have thrown Daniel in the den. He wouldn't have set up the decree. Even though those men told him to do so, he was with it because he was about himself. He wasn't about what the Lord had. The Lord of Israel, the power of Israel. Anyway. Right. So just,
He didn't have the fear.
Exactly. Until that's happened, you know.
If he had the fear, like, he would have done those things.
Yep.
That he did.
When you see a miracle like that, so to speak, you can't question it no more. All right, at that point, it's clear that there's a power dealing with this man. All right, and their idol can't produce those kind of results like that. An idol can't produce that.
Yep.
So there's something deeper, something much more spiritual dealing with this man. Daniel. Go ahead, bro.
Daniel chapter 6, verse 23. Then was the king exceeding glad. So I'm going to read verse 22 again. It says, my power have sent his angel and have shut the lion's mouth that they have not hurt me. For as much as before him, innocency was found in me. And also before thee, O king, have I done no hurt. Then was the king exceedingly glad for him, and commanded that they should take Daniel up out of the den. So Daniel was taken up out of the den, and no manner of hurt was found upon him, because he believed in his power.
Yeah, it's clear. You see that this man really believed in his power. All right, the power of Israel, that is. Okay, he clearly believed in something. He didn't care what the king said, what the law was, what would happen to you if you broke said law. His faith was in the power of Israel. So he forsook anything that the king said, because he had faith in his power, and he knew that he would be delivered out of that. Otherwise, why would you put yourself in the position to get put to death? He knew. It wasn't just about belief. He knew through the Spirit. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 24. And the king commanded, and they brought those men which had accused Daniel, and they cast them into the den of lions.
All right, just like the brother read in the Apocrypha. All right, just like the brother read in the Apocrypha. Now, the ones that accused Daniel, the tables got flipped on them. All right, the enemies of Daniel. Go ahead.
We're not friends anymore.
And they cast them into the dens of lions, them, their children, and their wives.
The whole shebang.
Whole family got killed.
The whole feed line. Everybody getting in.
For bearing false witness against the men of the Lord.
And the Lord took care of that. It was all through the Spirit and power of YAHAWASHI. Not only was he delivered, but all his enemies were devoured. Okay? Literally. Go ahead.
And it reads, and the lions had the mastery of them, and break all their bones in pieces, or ever they came at the bottom of the den. Then King Darius wrote unto all the people, nations, and languages that dwell in all the earth, peace be multiplied unto you. I make a decree that in every dominion of my kingdom, men tremble and fear before the power of Daniel.
That's right, which is the power of Israel. Like the brother clarified, that's when the king truly honestly feared Yahweh.
Yahweh never
Made reverence.
Yeah, made reverence.
He changed the whole decree. He flipped the script. All right, so people were probably kind of perplexed because they didn't know what really happened. The people of the nation, that is. But that was the new decree. Now you have to fear the power of Daniel. He said the power of Daniel, which is the power of Israel, really.
And if I could say this too, remember the worshippers of Baal? I forget the exact brother's name, but when he called fire down from Elijah,
yeah,
water,
Elijah.
called fire down from heaven. All right, and to consume, right, on the altar right there, right? As we know, every time, like the Heavenly Father, He says, "I'm the living power, I'm the living God." That's what always makes the Most High, give the Most High reverence. Like he do something like that. We like to show you that all these other guys are idols, but I am the only true living power.
The living power.
The living power. And that's the point. He's the living power. You know, He exists. Yahawah, He is, man.
Just like
right, He the be. You know,
when you read when you read the beginning of Bell and the Dragon, it talks about them trying to feed the. Does it say talking about basically they put food in front of the. Is that one?
The idols?
Yeah.
All I know is they were just keep feeding them and feeding them. Yeah.
So your mouth closed.
I got that precept.
Go ahead.
That you just
it?
spoke on.
All right, I was gonna go look.
I got you. This is Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 10. But the Lord Yahawah, YAHAWASHI, is the true power. He is the living power and an everlasting King. At His wrath, the earth shall tremble, and the nation shall not be able to abide His indignation.
You see that? So all nations are to fear Yahawah Ba'Hashem Yahawashi. Okay? And if you go into what I think Isaiah 60 and 12, pursuant to the kingdom of heaven, if any nation don't want to bow down, shall be utterly wasted.
Utterly wasted. Yep.
You see that? So we understand that the end game of it all is that the whole world is going to recognize Yahawah Ba'Hashem Yahawashi as the true power of the world. No, and there's going to be no other name called on this earth but the name of the only power.
If I may add, it's not going to come by Him getting off His holy throne. That's going to happen through His man getting that recognition.
I got the actual account that I was looking for. No, I just wanted to bring this up. It's 1 Kings 18 and I'm gonna start at 20. So Ahab sent.
Man, somebody's shit's burning. Somebody's car.
So Ahab sent unto all the children of Israel and gathered the prophets together unto the Mount of Carmel. Matter of fact, I got to start at 18, forgive me. 19, it says, Now therefore send and gather to me all Israel unto Mount Carmel, and the prophets of Baal 450, and the prophets of groves 400, which eat of Jezebel's table. So Ahab sent unto all the children of Israel and gathered the prophets together unto Mount Carmel. And Elijah came unto all the people and said, How long halt ye between two opinions? All right. So what's the true God between two opinions? How long? Y'all gonna have this debate, man.
Fruitless.
What's the real God
Who's the living power?
What ain't, man? So it says, if the Lord be God, follow Him. See. But if Baal, then follow him. And the people answered him not a word. Then said Elijah unto the people, I, even I only, remain a prophet of the Lord, all caps Yahawah, right? But all prophets are 450 men. And I believe this is the account that Paul mentioned. All right, he believed he's the only one left. I have preserved me 7,000 men and haven't bowed down to the image of all. So he said, I'm the only prophet. So this is that account, all right, that he quoted. Okay, but the point of him quoting that is like, look, man, I got 7,000 men. They haven't bowed to the image of Baal. All right, so don't worry about it. You ain't the only one here.
Trust me.
I got men reserved. All right, So reading on, it says, then said Elijah unto the people, I only remain a prophet of the Lord, but all prophets are 450 men. Let them therefore give us 2 bullocks, and let them choose 1 bullock for themselves, and cut it in pieces, and lay it on wood, and put no fire under. And I will dress the other bullock and lay it under the wood and put no fire under.
So he gave him the choice.
Yep.
Hey, pick whichever one you want.
Yep, bet. You know, you're
Yep.
a betting man.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know?
You got first pick.
You know? So it says, and ye call on the name of your gods, and I will call on the name of Yahawah. And the power that answers by fire, let him be God. And all the people answered and said, it is well spoken. All right, so let's do it.
Yeah.
That remind me of in Acts, you know, you had people sitting around waiting for debates.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking of when you said the two.
Yeah, you know, they had, you know, that's those same spirits. Just, you know, just back, just
Reincarnated,
different
yeah.
time period. You know what I mean? Oh, okay, let's see. Yeah. You know, that's all they waiting for some shit to pop off.
Controversy.
You know? Yeah. I forget exactly what city it was that Paul went to.
Was it where where the hill? The Athenians, where the hill was. What was it called?
I forget exactly. I don't want to butcher it.
Damn.
I'll look it up later on.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a certain city that was waiting for debates to pop off and shit, man. You know, but cause you know.
Was it Mars? Where Mars? The hill Mars? Was it something like that? Or something? Not Mars. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, because you know during that time, that was the Hellenization. So you had a lot of Greek philosophers.
Greek gods, yeah.
Greek philosophy was a thing back then.
It was the same guys, just different names.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Same gods of the Hamites, all right? Egyptian deities and so on and so forth. So during that time, a lot of Greek philosophers, Greek.
It's on Mars Hill.
Was it Mars Hill?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mars Hill?
It might be.
Okay. Yeah, so you had a lot of Greek philosophers during that time. So you had a lot of people coming up with different doctrines and philosophies and shit. So a lot of debates going on.
Yep.
But anyways, going back to the point, 1 Kings 18 and 24. And ye call on the name of your gods, and I will call on the name of Yahawah, and the God that answered by fire, let him be the power. And all the people answered and said, it is well spoken. And Elijah said unto the prophets of Baal, choose you one bullock for yourselves and dress it first. For ye are many, and call on the name of your gods, but put no fire under. And they took the bullock which was given them, and they dressed it, and called on the name of Baal from the morning even until the noon. So they was calling on the Lord from the morning sunset to about 12 noon. All right? And what? They was getting no answer. Whatever the fuck they were calling on. Yeah, From morning even unto noon, saying, O Baal, hear us.
From morning to noon.
Yep. But there was no voice, nor any that answered. And they said, leap. And they leaped and they leaped upon the altar which was made. And it came to pass at noon that Elijah mocked him and said, cry.
He came and scoffed at him.
Yep. Cry aloud.
Righteous call.
For he is a God, either is he talking, or he is pursuing, or he is a journey, or peradventure he sleepeth and must be awake. Scoff. Right?
Hey, mocking, man.
And they cried aloud and cut themselves after their manner with knives and lances, till the blood gushed out upon them. And it came to pass, when midday was past, they all prophesied unto the time of the offering of the evening sacrifice, and there was neither voice nor any answer nor any that regarded. And Elijah said unto all the people, come near unto me. And all the people came near unto him, and repaired the altar of the Lord that was broken down. And Elijah took 12 stones according to the number of the tribes of the sons of Jacob, unto whom the word of the Lord came, saying, Israel shall be thy name. And with the stones he built an altar in the name of Yahawah. And he made a trench about the altar as great as would contain 2 measures of seed. And he put the wood in order, and cut the bullock in pieces, and laid him on the wood, and said, fill flour, barrels with water, and pour it on the burnt sacrifice and on the wood. And he said, do it the second time. And they said it the second time, and he said, do it the third time. And they did it the third time. And the water ran round about the altar, and he filled the trench also with water. And it came to pass at the time of the offering of the evening sacrifice that Elijah the prophet came near and said, Lord God of Abraham, Isaac, and of Israel, let it be known this day that thou art God in Israel, and that I am thy servant, and that I have done all these things at thy word. Hear me, O Yahweh, hear me, that this people may know that thou art the Lord God, and that thou hast turned their heart back again. Then the fire of Yahweh fell and consumed the burnt sacrifice.
That's right off rip. And that was right off rip. All right, it didn't say, and then at sundown or noonday the next day. No, it was immediately.
Yep.
Yeah. Right on them. That same hour. Okay. The Lord revealed Himself. All right. See, that's the power we call Him. That's the same power we call Him. And we know that the Lord's not going to come back when we ask, because everything is for a time period, a point in time.
And if I may say this too, to add, and that's happening now. Did not the scripture say He had set up us the apostles last? So you got all these guys right now. Oh, this is a true God. You got all these philosophies out here, but when it comes to us, the Israelites, we the last ones set up.
Really?
Right? So they like, everybody like, them niggas ain't got the truth. They don't got nothing popping. But hey, it's gonna come that time where the Lord gonna bestow that spirit upon His men, and then that's when you're gonna see this great power and these great miracles being performed.
Right. And that's what I quoted earlier, the Ezekiel 33 and 33. Now they're gonna know when it's really too late that the truth was right here in front of their face the whole time. Like just put hands up.
And consume the burnt sacrifice and the wood and the stones and the dust. And listen, and lick up the water that was in the trench. So it even dried up the water. Right? Consume the power of the head. And when all the people saw it, they fell on their faces and they said, the Lord, He, Yahweh, He is the God.
See that?
The Lord, Yahweh, He is the God. He's the power.
Power, man. That's the power. Go ahead.
Verse 40. And Elijah said unto them, take the prophets of Baal, let not one of them escape. And they took them. And Elijah brought them down into the brook, Kishon, and slew them there.
You see that? Put the depth. Okay? Take the prophets of Baal, take them down over there. And it's been one.
Take him out back and shoot him. Like a rabid dog.
Hey, and that's a prophet of the Lord. So all you people out here thinking that the man of the Lord is just peaceful people, right? This man of the Lord, Elijah, actually took all those prophets and put them in the
Yeah. And Nehemiah was over there beating people up, pulling niggas' hair, got him in the pop.
Hitting them up, man. You see that? That's the prophet of the Lord. He took him down there and he said slew him. You slew him. Okay? That's the kind of man that we was dealing with back in those days. Go ahead, bro.
And if I may add, that's that same power. Yeah, that's the same power that's coming back to those men of the elect that's reserved. Because a lot of people, they watch Marvel, they watch DC, they watch these comic movies, they spend all their money on these movies. But little do they know, when they watch these movies and they spending money on these movies, they're watching us. But that power is actually reserved for elect members, man. For elect men, all right, there's going to actually be a standard, all right, that's going to be lifted. Because the Lord, YAHAWASHI, not going to get off His throne to do nothing. He's actually going to put the spirit, that Russian spirit, that mightily spirit that He put on Samson and King David and the mighty man, He's going to put that spirit, all right, on a certain man of the house of David.
Yeah, you go into Ezekiel 25. Yep. It talks about that. It talks about the fury of the Lord being put on His children, Israel. Something like that. All right? And it's talking about Esau Edom, specifically going in on Esau Edom. All right? To do things like what? Call fire from heaven. That's gonna be child's play. When you have the fury of the Lord on you. Yeah, something you bring up?
Continue where you left off.
Yeah,
That's all I want.
Spirit.
I just wanted to establish the point. That's how the Most High, pretty much make Himself known. All right, show He's a true living power. All right, living.
And He will.
Exactly. The key word is He's a living God, man. All right, the living power, and that's how he always pretty much established himself.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, and to back you up too, when all these kingdoms fell, I mean, who's still listening? YAHAWASHI Here it is. All these kingdoms fell. Now you got Esau Edom rule. But who's living? Who set up the basis of man? Psalm 75 and 7. Promotion come not from the east nor to the north or the west, but from YAHAWASHI. So this man is actually being set up to be the last wicked rulership, man. You know, they actually want to play around, but who's living? Who's actually living? Who's actually setting up rulers and kingdoms, man? Going to Psalms 10.
Get that.
All right?
Ecclesiasticus.
Yeah, go on. Hold on, let me get this first.
Yeah, you see this go outside and step outside.
Yeah, go ahead, guys.
This is Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus 10 and 4. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord,
Yep.
and in due time.
But hold on, you said the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord. When that Lord is, again, referring to our Heavenly Father, Yahawah. So it's the power of the earth. All right, no matter what that power may be or what time period it may be, that power is in the hands of the Lord. We talk about the king's heart. How's it go?
King's heart is in the
hands of the Lord also. See that?
Yep.
All right.
21 and 1. Yep. And whithersoever he turneth.
Yeah, kind. So the Lord is pulling the strings on everything out here. Okay, YAHAWASHI is the one in control no matter what happens. The whole population of the earth would have died. It's because YAHAWASHI soul was good to do that. We know that's not the prophecy, but that's what I'm saying. The Lord is in control of everything. So when the hell breaks loose on the earth, that the Lord is the one that made that. What's it say? Evil been done in the city, and the Lord ain't not done it.
They've been saying that. It was supposed to be next one, supposed to be the 1.6.
10 and 4, Sirach.
That died out.
The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord.
I'll buy it.
Right?
They bring back the ark.
And in due time,
he
will set over it one that is profitable.
All right, and again, that's in due time. So in other words, it goes back to patience.
Don't bring the ark.
So we understand that this world that we're living in is in great and complete wickedness. But the Lord has promised it. He says in due time, He's going to set over the earth one that is profitable for life in itself. Okay, because Esau is not. He does not promote life. Okay, so that's why you see the earth in the predicament that is in. The Lord puts somebody in power that is completely contrary to everything, anything that is righteous. All right. So now look at that. When the Lord puts over a heathen, the worst of the heathen, power, you gotta understand how the Lord was feeling at the time. His people completely disregarded the Lord, the Lord's Lord. And so the Lord had to do something about that. Go back in the Daniel, right? Finish off that.
That's 2 precepts. Daniel chapter 6, verse 26. I make a decree that in every dominion of my kingdom, men tremble and fear before YAHAWASHI.
Imagine how you might have been saying that, man. I make a decree that men tremble in fear. You understand how this man must have felt when he saw that?
It's like Donald Trump saying, "Hey, everybody need to fear YAHAWASHI."
Yeah, exactly. Man,
that's the president, that's the king.
You gotta. Hey, at that point, you gotta believe. All right, you gotta believe, because you can probably see it in the king's eyes, that how he must have felt when he took that, when he went down there and that man was not even touched.
Yes,
right.
That's when Jake will believe, when Trump tells him to.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You would have to believe, bro. Like, if he's like, yo, you gotta, like he's in complete fear, you can see it, you would be able to see it. Hey, a heathen? You gotta be kidding me. Start calling YAHAWASHI. Okay.
Proverbs chapter 20, verse 2. The fear of a king is as the roaring of a lion.
Say it again.
Proverbs chapter 20, verse 2. The fear of a king is as the roaring of a lion.
At the fear of a king. So that's perfect, bro. Yeah, man. If your king is telling you, is making it a decree that you fear this unseen power, then something serious. Okay?
That's the roar of a lion.
Because the people, you know, they don't really know what's going on. The king is making a decree over something that he just seen. He just witnessed something that was unbelievable. And it made him shook. Talking about a king. Okay? Go ahead.
Con. Proverbs 20:2. The fear of a king is as the roaring of a lion. Whoso provoke him to anger sinneth against his own soul.
See that? Who focused the anger sinneth against his own soul. It's a bad move. You see that? When someone's really swayed to the spirit and believes something, and you coming up on a contrary level, you asking for some kind of judgment. This thing here is dead serious. When we talk about the God of Israel, when we talk about YAHAWASHI, it's not like some kind of catchphrase. This isn't like anything that we're playing with up here. Brother could be doing anything right now. But brothers are up here doing this. Out of what? Fear. We're talking about a terrible power. We're not talking about no fairy king. This is a terrible power to be feared. If you're not in that vibration, something's gonna happen to you through the spirit. All right. This is the time the Lord has given us to get right, and you're playing with it. Yeah, get me.
Daniel chapter 6 verse 26. I make a decree that in every dominion of my kingdom, men tremble in fear before the God of Daniel, for he is the living God, and steadfast forever, in his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed, and his dominion shall be even unto the end. He delivereth and rescueth, and he worketh signs and wonders in heavens and in earth, who have delivered Daniel from the power of the lions. So this Daniel prospered in the reign of Darius and in the reign of Cyrus the Persian.
And he closed the book on it. That's the decree. And if anybody has a problem with the decree, to the lion's den. He just put some people in the lion's den, and the lions immediately devoured them. He saw that with his own eyes.
Yeah, I was gonna say the lions was hungry from the night before when Daniel got up in there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because they didn't eat.
They skipped a meal.
Yeah.
What you said?
They skipped a meal.
Yeah, exactly.
It was fasting that night.
And they didn't touch this man. The man was right there, easy pickings. And they didn't touch the man. And then as soon as they opened the door and put some other cats in there, it was a wrap.
Pounced on them instantly.
They're going to show you the spirit has to be with you in this. And that's why you have the man of the Lord out here somewhere. We believe, that's why we do the works. Right, and we are a part of that note. But it's actually going to be the spirit of YAHAWASHI, according to Isaiah the 5th chapter, 13th verse, that's going to make those men sustain in the time to come into it. Whether they're eating, right, whether whether they're getting something to drink. Right, wherever they at, those men are going to be stable, man. That's prophecy.
It's like whatchamacallit, I had a thought. Damn, give me a second. I just had a thought. Damn it, I just lost the slack here.
Yeah, it was it on that.
Yeah, that was it on that, right? Yeah, man. You know, you see that? That's our power. That's a power that cannot be. You can't question it. You can't question it when it actually works. When you call on it, all right, and it gives you it gives you your praise. You pray, and you expect a response or some sort of results.
Yep.
All right, that's how we're able to be persuaded through the Spirit, brothers up here. Because what? There's things that my brothers pray for constantly, and the Lord is bringing them to pass. I'm talking about big things. I'm talking about the fall of a kingdom. Brothers are praying for the fall of a kingdom, and it's actually happening. All right. We see it. The world doesn't understand that it's actually a power of the Most High that's doing that. They say God bless America, do they? Okay. So when they see that their American dream is starting to function, God bless America it turns out to be a joke. Okay. It turns out to be a joke, and now the populace of America is completely afraid. Yeah, I gotta say,
this is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 7. I'm sorry, verse 6. It says, flee out of the midst of Babylon, and deliver every man his soul.
And that's not talking to when we bring that out, we're not saying that you need to go and leave Babylon. All right? Really, so the whole world drinking that cup.
Yeah. Okay. Babylon the Great, however, is
that's,
America.
That's right here where we stand here in the great U.S. of A. That's known as Babylon the Great, the mystery whore. Okay? So if you try to escape it, really you're not escaping that because everybody's gonna drinking of the philosophies of this place. Okay? You're not gonna find another place that's righteous on the earth. Okay? But go ahead.
It says, be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of YAHAWAH's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense.
The judgment is coming. Okay? Because of what they did to the nation of Israel. All right? A massive judgment is coming to Babylon. Okay? Go ahead.
Verse 7. Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken.
There it goes.
The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad.
See that now you see? Yeah. Now they're mad because they understand that this place was bullshit from the beginning. You drinking the wine, and here it is, you drinking the wine, now everybody is done, gave up their customs, their, to follow the ways of Babylon, which is proven to not be fruitful, but to be actually detrimental to the ways of life. All right? They drinking this cup and it's failing them now. All right? They're drunk off it. Go ahead.
Verse 8. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her take balm for her pain, and so be she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed.
And bomb ain't gonna do it, bro. What's gonna happen to this place? You ain't gonna be able to put no dang target bomb on a nation, on America.
Thermonuclear fire.
It's over for this place. You ain't gonna be, once it's down, it's done, it's dead. All right, go ahead.
For her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even unto the skies.
Oh, right.
YAHAWASHI brought forth our righteousness. Come and let us declare the Zion. Come and let us declare in Zion the work of YAHAWASHI, our power.
Right, and that's what we're doing right now, and it's going to happen after this. Can you do me a favor? Actually go to Jeremiah 50, verse 23. Yeah, man. Oh, you got it?
Yeah. This is Jeremiah chapter 50. This is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 23. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken?
Yeah, how is the great America, the land of the free, home of the praise, how in the world how you get fallen so low? It's unbelievable how much this place has fallen. How the mighty have fallen. The hammer of the whole earth. The place where the first atomic nuclear bombs was dropped. You said atomic bombs.
Sent from.
Okay. This place did that.
9,000 RPM. Wow.
Wow, look how far he's fallen. Go ahead. Finish it off.
It says, how is Babylon become a desolation among the nations?
How has Babylon become a desolation for the nations? Wow, Babylon. Look at you. Unbelievable. You was the best before. 50 years ago, you had people, flocking to America. From all these different countries to have a better life, to try to make their dreams come true.
If I say this too, that always feels so good. To be like, yeah, look at you now. Yeah, oh shit,
you was the man a week ago.
Yeah, now look at you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that comes to
Hey, that's that blessing. Blessing is the man that see the.
That's what I'm going to say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say that's perfect.
Go ahead.
Yeah, to see the fall of his enemies, man. You see, revenge is the best thing. You see the fall of your enemy. That's what the Lord has in store for his sons. Okay, the Lord is going to let his sons see the fall of your enemy. That's the best reward. That is the next thing getting. You know what? Meow meow. Okay.
That's scary, because even though it's coming, Esau don't want a soul to believe. He don't want nobody to believe that they can actually have a chance at being saved, man. You actually gonna have souls. You actually have people out here on the planet Earth that's gonna be able to be saved from the destruction. But he wants you to believe that not only is he gonna be destroyed, but you're gonna be destroyed right with him. All right, but that's why the Most High set forth his apostles last, as it were, appointed to death. All right, to teach you about the salvation, man. You know, the things that's getting ready to come. Because Esau, Edom, he don't want you to believe that there is a way out, man. He wants you to go. He wants you to be cast.
He's the only way.
Yeah. He wants you.
the only way.
Right. He wants you to be threw away with these nukes. With him, man. So he don't want you to think that, oh yeah, you the people of the Bible. All right. The Lord, YAHAWASHI is your powers. You are the real Hebrew Israelites. But this is why you have certain people like Stan Lee. All right. You have certain people out there that when they cleave to the Bible, guess what? They get off.
They get bugged out.
They get bugged out. They get bugged out, and guess what? They get off, man. But the whole time they trying to wake us up, trying to tell you who you are, man. But Esau don't want you to wake up to who you are, because he know that when you wake up, that's another step closer to his kingdom falling.
Hey, you watched that movie Glass? I believe it was a Marvel movie, right? It's the whole movie is about keeping Jake asleep, man. Not letting them know their full potential, lying to them. You know, at the end of the movie, it came out though. You know, it ended up being on the news and shit.
I didn't see that one yet, man. I know you told me about that joint a long time ago. I got to see that one.
Hey, there's another shit you sent out on that app about the Israelites or some shit.
Oh, the new one coming
Yeah, I
out?
was talking to him.
Yeah, that
shit
nonsense.
there was wild.
Yeah, see, they make the mockery.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's the thing is,
It's an actual
they
movie.
classified them as terrorists.
Yeah.
They did that.
That's the point.
We getting
That's
closer
the
to
seed. That's the seed they wanted to plant.
And that's
they
the actual movie coming
yeah,
out,
They
yeah.
made mockery out of it, but the point was they tried to plant it as their terrorists.
Yep. And they showed they showed like what HOI be doing in the classes and shit, in a little office in space with chairs and shit. That's like that's like what the fuck with the Star of David, so-called Star of David, you know.
Yeah, man.
They won't show the apostles out there on the corners bringing out the truth.
Nope.
They won't show that.
And it won't help anyways because you know it's all about their downfall.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
mean, remember they in that one movie? I can't remember what it was. It was on a YouTube movie. It was I think it was on YouTube. Maybe it was an actual movie, but they had showed I forgot what camp it was, but they had the 12 tribes sign. They had the slavery sign.
Called Barry.
Barry, Barry. Okay, so it was an actual movie, yeah, kind. Yeah.
And that, I think it was that Mission Impossible. They had the opposition.
Apostles, yeah.
Apostles and all that.
This is Sirach 25:7. There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy. And a 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that have joy of his children.
Which is something that Jake does not have in this place.
Exactly.
Jake cannot actually enjoy his family. All right, have a family in peace. All right, with his women or whatever the case may be. That's unheard of in this kingdom of America. When Jake has a child, it's not but stress and aggravation. All right, and then the woman ends up separating from him and making him pay for a child he can't even see. You know, you can't enjoy your children here, or Esau will take them away because you discipline your children. Your children end up becoming spaced out, bugged out because of the TV and the education system.
And the state owns them.
Yeah, state owns them.
State owns them. No.
You can't enjoy your child. You make one so-called mistake. Hey, they'll come reclaim your child.
Child protective service, CPS.
Way off.
Yes, they'll come take it.
That's pretty much what they tell you. Like, you treat this right because it's ours. Belong to ours. And as soon as you mess up, we come to take this from you. This ours. Then, you know, pretty much. Then we tell you to, do what you're supposed to do and take care of it.
I told you,
know,
yeah.
They take it.
It's ours. Oh, you want to do it? Oh, you take it. I'm going to give it to a homosexual, and then that's it.
Hey, speaking from experience, when my chick or whatever you want to call her had the baby, they read her whole line before we left out the hospital. Never shake your baby. Like they gave you rules.
Checklist.
Like they gave you rules on what to do with your baby when we left. Like you should never ever shake your baby. Like they gave you rules, so they letting you know, like, look, it's ours. Because before you leave out the hospital, you gotta sign the birth certificate. You gotta do all the paperwork in there. Somebody come around.
You gotta take ownership,
Yeah,
so to say.
And they make you sign a contract in the hospital before you leave with the baby.
Like, bro, I ain't.
So they let you know. Yeah, so they let you know, like, look, this is our kid, and this is the rules.
Records and shit.
Before you leave here, you can't shake your baby. She has a whole bunch of shit. But the only thing I remember is you can't shake your baby, you can't do this, you can't do that. And all right, Everything is
Damn,
good. All right,
shit.
you
Hey, it's like
Can I take my baby?
it's like getting a lease on a car. They tell you what you can't go over this mileage, you can't do this, you can't do that.
Put this octane in there. Yeah,
Because if at any time we can take it back, you know.
So that's pretty much, hey, we don't get the joy about you. That's pretty much
The point of that.
the process, the point of that, you know. It's not ours. And that go back to the curses. You shall begot children. And
Another man.
Yeah, and they're gonna be sold off.
Deuteronomy
for
28.
something,
Yeah.
you know, at that point, I forget exact word for word, but that's part of the curses. All right. Hey, go ahead,
I was
dog.
gonna say, you can't even discipline your children here, man. All right, just imagine being a father. You trying to discipline your child because you want your child to be raised up as a wise man, a good man, doing, setting them on the right path, man. Nowadays, you can't even discipline your child, man. All right, you can't even, like they say, what's that dude from Saved by the Bell was talking about the little 3-year-olds having a sex change or whatnot. He'd be like, well, I just think that's kind of dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but homeboy had a point, man. All right, because look, in this society, you got to be 21 to buy alcohol, all right, 18 to buy cigarettes, 18 to gamble, 18 to go to the military, 16 or 15 to get your driver's or your permit. You know what I'm saying? Because why? You're not responsible, right?
18 to fish.
Yeah, you got to be 18 to fish,
Damn.
18 to go get your own apartment. You can't even go live on your own at 3 years old, all right, by law. You're not old enough.
We
so
can get a sex change.
But you can say, oh, I feel like something completely different, man. All right, but as a parent, you can't even say nothing about that, you know? Now, if you got children or you got around people with small children, you already know these motherfuckers that the little girl be growing up watching Dora the Explorer. I want to be Dora. I want to be a dragon. I want to be a mermaid. I want to be a unicorn. But you don't take that shit serious. Like, all right, we're going to go down to the doctor, go turn you into a unicorn, man. But nowadays, you can't even be like, yo, no, that's going off. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because why? They'll basically take a kid away from you, all right?
I know it's one. And say that too. He was a Jake. He's a northern Jake. He said that a child, just on the news like last week, RT, a child has no, pretty much they can't choose whether they want to be a man or a boy at the age of 3. He pretty much said that ain't right. Then he started receiving backlash from the media, and he had to come out and apologize just for him saying that. I don't think a child should be allowed. That's something like should be allowed to choose that gender.
Right.
At all. He said he don't think that should be allowed, and he got backlash from the media, and he had to come out and apologize just for saying that.
That's where we're at right now. So, good. Because I remember it says in Isaiah the 3rd chapter, children are, as for my people, children are the oppressors and women rule over them. So this is coming from women,
Yep.
We know what man, you're supposed to raise your child up and going into correction. Men can't correct their children. That's why they're not in the household. Everything's out of order because, how property has set up that women rule this kingdom.
Yep.
That's why they're your supervisors.
Yep, they're always head over you.
This is Proverbs chapter 22, verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
See that? So in other words, bring up a child according to the Holy Scriptures. Okay? You bring up a child according to the ways of the Heavenly Father. So, because that's the only good way to go. That's the only way any child should be brought up. All right? And if you do, he's not going to depart from those ways. That's how you bring up. That's how you're supposed to bring up your children. But we can't do that in this world because somebody else owns your children. Going back to the scripture we was reading a second ago, which you're going to finish it about you can't enjoy your child. Okay? What should I call it? Real quick, hold that, but go to what is it? Susanna, the 3rd verse. You can just read 1 to 3. Real quick. It's the last thing.
Go ahead and get this.
Yeah. Just to make a real quick point. Yeah, we'll find it in there. But it says train up a child the way it should go. By doing so, if you train up for a child, you're basically it's basically a child is basically a blank slate. Okay. So when you bring up a child, you mold that child the way it's supposed to go, which is in the ways of YAHAWASHI, and it won't depart from it. Okay, it ain't gonna go no other way. Go ahead.
Got it. Yeah.
I got you.
You got it. We're first.
Oh, I'm here.
1 to 3. 1 to 3.
This is Susanna, chapter 1, verse 3. and it reads, her parents.
Start at what? Just read from
Start from the top? All right, sorry. Susanna chapter 1, verse 1. There dwelt a man in Babylon called Joachim. And it reads, and he took a wife whose name was Susanna, the daughter of Chelcias, a fair woman, and one that feared the Lord.
Right, so he took himself a woman, a fair woman that feared the Lord. Okay, baby, go ahead.
Stop. Verse 3, and it reads, her parents also were righteous and taught their daughter according to the law of Moses.
There it is. So they raised up their child. They're raising up their child according to the laws of Moses, which is what all Israelites should be doing right now.
Yep.
All right, which everybody should be doing, really, but specifically, especially Israelites, so-called Spanish Native Americans. We raise up a child according to the laws of Moses. All right, which is the only good way. All right, because what? By doing that's it. By doing that, all right, your child's not going to depart from their ways. But again, going back to the scripture that we'll read, you can't enjoy your children. You can't mold up your child according to the ways of Israel because those children aren't really your children. Thus, you're not going to be able to enjoy your child. Go ahead and finish back.
It's Sirach 25:7.
Start from top.
There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man to have joy of his children, and we explained that, brought out precepts on that. All right. And he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy.
Here, you see that? You see the fall of your enemy. That's the ultimate prize at the end of the. We talk about the kingdom of heaven all the time, all the beautiful things we're going to receive there. But the ultimate prize is seeing YAHAWASHI take down these heathen, man. That's going to be the ultimate prize, seeing YAHAWASHI slay the heathen. All right, right before our eyes. You know, go ahead.
If I may say this too, you know, to know, and not just Esau, Edom, man.
Sure.
You know, like your brother said, the heathen. All right, because you know you got these Saudi kings. You know when you brothers that's in the cars and shit. When you see all these crazy shit like a golden Lamborghini and all these exotic crazy ass Ferraris and shit, that's them Saudis, man. The motherfucking Saudis over there, bro. They the ones with like
or some dope boy.
Huh?
Or some dope boy.
Yeah, with the truck GTR.
Yeah, we already there,
man. We already here. But anyways, all these heathens, man. You know, like we always state, all these heathens have royal families. Whether it be Moab, Ham, even Ham. Come on now.
Yeah.
Exploiting all their resources. Okay? You don't think they making money off of that? You got Hamites, royal family of Hamites, man. Because you know when they show you the continent of Ham, they have it as just dirt poor.
Yeah.
Niggas walk around with big bellies and skinny as hell.
Skin bones with big bellies.
That's all they do. You would think Ham, Africa is just a shit.
Yeah, everybody poor.
Yeah, like just all you see is niggas walking around with a bowl of rice.
Yeah, huge,
you know,
cow heads, pogo sticks.
They live lovely over there, man. You got royal Hamitic families, man.
Yeah.
You got royal families all throughout all these heathen.
Well, shit, hey, you think of Ethiopian kids, you think of starving kids, man. All majority of them Ethiopians is good. They living good, man.
That's where most of the gold is at.
Yeah, Ethiopia, the mountains and shit.
Ethiopia, man.
Kush.
Yeah.
They had a movie Blood Diamond.
Blood Diamond, exactly. All right, so that's what we would like to see, man. As brothers are waking up day to day, struggling, working hard. So you mean tell me you don't want to see your enemy suffer the same thing you suffering, man?
Well,
that's gonna feel so much greater. My damn feet out here, brothers' feet out here hurting, brothers jacked up. You know, brothers just all jacked up. And why? It's from the affliction of the nations, man. So when that affliction, all right, comes upon them, you go down to South America, Argentina, Chile, all them beautiful spots. Northern ain't living on those beach parts. You got damn millionaires and billionaires got like safe houses or something down there living lovely down
Resorts, all the resorts.
Yeah.
Hey, Jake ain't living in the resorts. They ain't going to them resorts, man.
Even in St. Pete, Moab, down in St. Pete, they buying those high-rise luxury buildings. You know, Jake's not living in.
Yep.
Hey, it's the same thing out there in Puerto Rico, man.
Yep.
You got the capital, San Juan. There ain't no Puerto Ricans living up in there like that, man. If they are, they living in La Perla.
Yeah.
You know, the hood.
The worst place in the. Yeah.
Because you got, other than that, man, you go there, you go over there, man, and you hear kids walking down the street speaking English, man, going to school. Because there's nothing but straight Edomites out there in the capital city of Puerto Rico, man. And that's one of the nicest places up there. The more, or I shouldn't say nice, I should say well built.
Yeah,
decent.
yeah.
All right.
It's
Well
a
built,
tourist
like
attraction.
civilized.
Yeah, civilized.
You know, so
Safe zones.
yeah, so everywhere we go, every continent, these heathens, Esau, Edom, they take the best parts of it, right, and put shakes to the lower parts. So it's gonna feel good, man, to see them living in the slums, the ghettos.
Ultimately, they was given the fatness to the earth.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So
You know,
do it
that's
from
right.
heaven, yeah.
It's prophesied to be that way. That's another way we know these scriptures are the real deal.
So you don't want to see your enemies eating scraps, you know, while you eating the full cut lamb and shit, sirloin.
Hey, if I
You
can
know?
say, if I can say one of the most depressing things to me to see is riding around in these subdivisions, all right, where these so-called rich so-called Edomites or Edomites live. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes I be out in these neighborhoods, you know what I'm saying, where the cheapest house is $1 million, right? This is not your regular shit, right? The cheapest house is $1 million, but the entire neighborhood is getting built up by Issachar, man. All right, that shit is depressing as fuck. The whole neighborhood getting built up by Issachar, and now one of them live out there, man. They don't live like that, man.
Well, that's a curse. That's another
That's
curse.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You got these Edomites that be like, no, we gotta have, you know what I'm saying? Some of these neighborhoods I be going in, they got a main fence to get inside. You gotta give me your ID.
Security. Yeah.
Then you got 4 or 5 more fences inside the neighborhood to get to other parts of the neighborhood. But yet and still, you know, it's all blocked off. But Issachar, you know, Issachar out there building up the place, but they can't even actually get entrance into that neighborhood, man. All right, they can only go out there to work, man.
Yeah, once construction's done with it, the cops get called on them.
Yeah, I mean, they got signs out there now, so this is construction entrance, you know what I'm saying? No loud music, no alcohol, no drugs, whatever, whatnot. Like, it's only one house with somebody living there in the whole block. All the other houses getting built up.
If I may say this, and basically, the words like you said, no this, no that, no that, basically, all of that is modern day signs saying no Negroes,
Yep.
Right.
no Mexicans. That's all, those are modern day signs, because why? Jake can't afford to live out there. So that's how they restrict
Jim
him.
Crow.
No this, no that, no that. All that's saying is no Negroes,
With approved credit.
you know,
Yeah.
no
Just deal with
Mexicans.
approved
With approved
credit.
credit, that just means no niggas.
Yeah.
Music,
Yep.
dogs,
You know, that's all that
dogs.
means. They just change up the
Because you know
wording,
damn well
man.
we ain't gonna get approved credit and shit.
Even if you do got the credit.
Real quick, if you go into the history of suburbs, it goes back to this one Edomite up north. I forget his last name, but the first ever subdivision in America was named after this guy, and it was for whites only, man. All right. The first subdivision was literally it was a division of homes separated from the Negroes.
Yeah.
Because these so-called white people, the Edomites, they wanted to separate themselves from the niggas, man.
Yep.
They even had it in the contracts that no niggas can sign up to live in there, man. So that's what these suburbs go back to.
What was that at?
I did a video on it a while back.
California, that was kind of like that.
Well, it migrated to the whole country and everything, but
I got the word for it. It's called redlining. Yeah,
Redlining.
redlining. This is redlining in the United States and Canada. Redlining is a systematic denial of various services to residents of specific, often racially associated neighborhoods or communities, either directly or through the selective raising of prices.
Gentrification today's terms, you know.
Birthing.
yeah, I got a precept too.
Yo,
Thoughts.
there you go.
But no, go ahead. I'm still.
All right, cool. So the point we're trying to make is seeing the fall of our enemies, man. All right, so I got a quick precept. Deuteronomy 30:7. And the Lord thy God. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna, yeah. I'm gonna get some weed off this. All right, I'm gonna start at 2. I'm gonna start at 1 because it's 7. Deuteronomy 30:1. I'm gonna read through it. And it shall come to pass, all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them in the mind.
Actually, hold up. Well, hold that thought right there. If you go to Deuteronomy 20, damn, I don't know where it is.
I know.
You got it? You got it?
Yeah, I have it.
Yeah, you know
Okay,
about the houses?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
spirit.
read that real quick
Yeah.
and then read that again.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 30. Thou shalt betroth a wife and another man shall lie with her.
Right?
Thou shalt build an house, and thou shalt not dwell therein.
Yeah, see, you build a house just like the brother just mentioned with what Issachar. Issachar builds all the brother just talked about the multi-million-dollar neighborhood with the cheapest house. Yeah, really any subdivision kind. Where the richest of the richest live, where the Edomites live, you're gonna see Issachar building those homes. But what's to say? I read that one more time.
Yep. Thou shalt build an house, and thou shalt not dwell therein.
You see that? You're gonna build a house, but you will not dwell in that house. You're letting another man. You're building it for another man. Is that more?
Yep. Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and shall not gather the grapes thereof.
You see, you plant vineyard, you can't even enjoy the fruit that comes out of there. Go ahead, bro.
No, that was the precept I was looking for.
Oh, it's the next verse, huh? You see that? Now read that.
Con, this is Deuteronomy 30:1. And it shall come to pass, when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse.
See the curse, and that one of those curses is having a house built, and you are building a house with your bare hands, and then another man and his family come and take a boat in it. That's one of the curses that's talking about here. Go ahead.
Con,
Listen to the curse.
which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations,
All nations. Go ahead.
whither the Lord thy God hath driven thee.
Right,
thou
because Jake is all over the planet Earth. No matter whatever land you see on this earth, Jake is there. They may be there in small numbers, but there's Jake there. Okay? There's Jake all over there on the four corners of the earth. Go ahead.
He got something.
Okay. Real quick, I found the name of that dude. His name was Levitt. And they named the town, the neighborhood after him. It was called Levittown. And those were basically the first neighborhoods for whites only that were throughout America. So there was Levittowns in Kentucky, Levittowns in Pennsylvania, and they were just spreading. But this is the first few seconds of this video I want to play. And Lord willing, you brothers can hear it real quick. All right.
And if there's too many colored people around here, I definitely will get out. One of the main reasons was because it was a white community. And we understood that it was going to be all white. We were very happy to buy them.
See? It said that Edomite devil just said that they understood that it was going to be a white-only community, and they was very happy about that. You know?
And you see those towns all over the place, and I bet you they basically filled it with nothing but Edomites in it.
Well, eventually Jake ended up suing them. Later on in the 60s, they ended up suing them, saying it was racist, and they started letting in niggas. But what did they do? They raised the prices and they moved further out from the city, man. So a lot of you niggas, because in that video, when you look at the video, it was basically American segregation in today's times, right. And they showed the population of people when they're at home, and then when they go to work, they show the population of how it migrates. And a lot of you niggas and Latinos, where you live is where you work. A lot of you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, you live in the downtowns, man. Damn. All right, you live in the ghettos out here near the downtowns. Yeah, she almost ain't shit. What? A lot of you Negroes live in the downtowns, man. Meanwhile, the so-called white man, Esau Edom, all right, he living in the suburbs, living nice. So when he gets off the clock, he goes to this nice suburb away from the niggas, man. Away from the trouble. All right, and that's still going on today, man. All right, going back to, because the brothers were going into how Jake be building up these neighborhoods, man. Yep. Y'all don't be living in there, man. Y'all living in the gutters in the downtowns, man.
Yeah. You go back home 30 minutes away, whatever, or not even that far. Sometimes it's real close, you know. Hey. You're in one city, one part of town is fucking lovely, and then you drive 5-10 minutes, a couple blocks up, and it's a whole different world.
Hey, and Jake houses be right by the factories.
Yeah.
Yeah, industrial.
With all the smoke and shit coming up, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the industrial.
Yeah, that's where Jake should be at.
Hey, but going back to these Edomite neighborhoods, man, that got all these fences up to keep Jake out. Who's all the service people coming in there to cut your grass, clean your pools and things like that, man? All right, at the end all be all, you ain't got nothing but Jake walking around out there, man. See all the lawn trucks, people coming out there with what do you call the pest control and all that stuff, man. It's always Jake, man. So what? You still have an abundance of Jake in your neighborhood day in and day out, man. Yeah. I see it every single day, man. It's like, I be in these Edomite neighborhoods, but it's just nothing but Jake. Whether it be, Levi,
pavers,
Issachar and all that. They roofing, you know what I'm saying? The lawn techs and everything like that. Like, damn, I see more Jake out here walking around the damn neighborhood working than actually Jake or Esau living in the neighborhood living.
Hey, if I had too out there, and I used to stay out there. high school, you have right now we in Tampa, but you have New Tampa, man. And out there in New Tampa, all right, you don't have a Popeyes. You don't have McDonald's. I'm serious.
Right.
I used to go to high school out there.
Kind go to those neighborhoods after 6 p.m. See who you see outside.
Yeah,
you ain't gonna see the same guys you saw from 10 to 5, from 9 to 5. You ain't gonna see them out there. You're gonna see a bunch of Edomites enjoying it, enjoying their nice pristine cut lawns, enjoying their nice pools, the nice clean pools, man.
Right.
You know, and notice what I said through the Spirit, man. We in Tampa, but you have something called New Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You don't have Miami and New Miami, man. But they're going to show you where the property. Yeah, they're going to
this game.
Yeah, they're going to show you where Jake at, man. You know, Jake. They know where Jake at, man. So that's why they had to separate themselves from us, man. You ain't gonna find no Popeyes out there, man. You know?
Hey, like Jake said, Jake cleaning the pools, right? Esau swimming in them.
Right.
You know?
Hey, the brother
servants and horses.
Yep. Hey, the brother, Rakai Kwam, the elder out there from London. All right, he was talking about this last week, man. All right, he was on the video doing an algorithm with the elder Ariella. All right, and where the brother said that he works at. All right, it's this district where there's nothing but rich-ass Edomites. But where he's at, where Jake works at, it's nothing but KFCs, McDonald's, and all these wing spots. All right, but then what? As soon as you leave that block, it's nothing but health food stores and yogurts and Starbucks. You know?
It's going to be a restaurant you can't pronounce.
Fresh kitchen.
Yes.
You know?
Hey, I can give a testimony to that. I used to tell my friends about that, like, yo, listen, from, on this side of town versus this side of town, you can just go in the grocery stores, man. When you in the hood, man, Jake got the little Debbie snacks, the little juices, you know what I'm saying, Hawaiian punches and shit like that, man. All right, when you go on the Edomite grocery stores on their side of town, they don't be having no little Debbie snacks and shit like that, fruit roll-ups and shit like that, man.
They have them kind bars and all that.
Yeah, you go to inside, you go into a gas station on Jake's side of town, man. They got pork everywhere, cigarillos everywhere.
G-Man white tees.
Yeah, they got all kind of bullshit, but you go into the Esau's neighborhood, man, you don't got none of those products, man.
If I may add, how many Whole Food stores you know in Jake community?
Don't
Here
be
it
none.
is. You have to drive 30, 40 minutes to go to a Whole Food store. They're gonna show you, man. Esau Edom, he know what he doing, man. You ain't finna ride in the hood and find a Whole Food store.
Hey, yeah, you gotta go out your way. You go to the Edomite supermarkets, man. And they got well assorted fruits.
Yeah.
You know, they got a good set of array of different fruits, man, and vegetables.
Dragon fruit and all that
you go
Some
to
shit Jake ain't never heard about.
You go to Jake's neighborhoods, all you're gonna find is a Winn-Dixie that's damn near about to close out, or a Food Lion.
You might find some of that shit in Issakar's neighborhood though. You might find
the regular their stores, but
they tend to own businesses and be the farmers and shit. They sell a lot of that shit to Esau, but basically you look at Southern Kingdom niggas they desolate, man. But going back to the subject, when the tides change, when the brother's about to read in Deuteronomy chapter 30, it's gonna be a complete absolute change. The water, bro. Dang, this is
good. The water, brother.
Yeah, it's water. Hey, it's what you find around Esau.
Yeah, it's the type of shit you find
Wherever
around
Esau is, this is the type of shit.
Sustainable, pure.
No plastic right here, man.
Box water. Hey, that's the spirit we were just talking about. That box water versus plastic bottle water.
You find something like this around Jake, it's gonna say 2% milk or 1% milk.
Yeah, full of dairy.
Whole skim. or Mr. J Juice, man. It's gonna say Mr. J Juice.
beer.
Oh, God. 0%
Juice.
Yeah, 0% juice, but say Mr. Juice.
High fructose corn syrup. That's what that is.
It'll say 5% juice. Actually, it'll say 0% juice.
Yeah, like
and then you look at it, strawberry flavor.
Hey, the Natalie's cost like $3 a bottle, $4 a bottle and shit.
For this big.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for real.
16 ounces.
You gotta pay half, damn $5, $6. But go ahead, bro. Let's get back to the scripture.
It says, whether the Lord, back in Deuteronomy 30:1, and it shall come to pass when all these things come upon thee, the blessing and the curse,
And you killed it that quick?
which I have set before thee.
Had to.
And thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations, whether the Lord thy God hath driven thee.
Right?
And thou
Hey,
shalt...
Salak, real quick, when you go back into that word ghettos, All right, I mean, it goes back to going into the corners, man.
They're driven into the corner.
That's where Jake has been driven into, man. Read that again, Bubba Kishore.
Exactly. That's what Jews do.
And then brother Bubba Kishore, get the etymology for the word ghetto.
I got you.
Deuteronomy 30:1. And it shall come to pass when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse, which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations.
And that's what we're doing.
Whether the Lord thy God hath driven thee.
Whether the Lord has driven thee, man. All right? We're telling you, Jakes, that where you've been pushed at, them corners that you've been pushed into.
Etymology.
Yo, the etymology.
Yeah, go to Edom Online.
Yeah, it's like
All right? Jakes, you in the corners, man. That's where these other nations have driven you into, man. Really through the power of the Lord. But you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you're pushed down to the ghettos because you went off, man. And these other nations ain't you want to talk about equality? You still living in the ghettos with bars on your windows, man.
Yep.
Where's the equality? Esau got fucking what
They got bars in the
what are
front
those-
of the neighborhood.
What are those
Keep
windows
niggas
called?
out.
Those
Plexiglass.
No, the windows that go from the roof to the floor.
Damn.
Ceiling high,
Yeah.
roof high windows, something like that. Esau
Tempered
got
glass
that,
and shit, you
Where the
know.
whole damn wall of his apartment is nothing but windows. But Jake got bars on his window with a little. It looks like a 6x2.
With the cheap, what is it called? Paper wall. They got chemicals.
Yeah. China drywall.
Yeah, the
yeah.
the drywall with all the fucking chemicals in it and shit.
Go ahead and get that. Go for sure.
This is the etymology of the word ghetto. It's a noun. It's from the 1610s. It says, in quote, part of a city in which Jews are compelled to live.
Hey, there you go. Read it again.
Kind.
Bubba Kishore.
This is the etymology of ghetto, man.
Hold on. Right there.
All right.
Oh yeah.
It says from the 1610, all right, 1600, early 1600s. It says, in quote, part of a city in which Jews are compelled to live, especially in Italy.
And who are the Jews? The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. The Israelites. All right, starting with the so-called black man. All right, of the tribe of Judah, which is where you get the word Jew from. All right, but you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you're pushed into these ghettos, man. All right.
That's it. Bring it up. That's beautiful. Let's go ahead.
All right, this is the definition for ghetto. It says a part of the city, especially a slum area occupied by a minority group or groups. Historical, the Jewish quarter in the city, the Warsaw ghettos. An isolated or segregated group or area.
Isolated or segregated area, man. Where's Jake at, man? You go over here in downtown Tampa, you got University of Tampa, and as soon as you get past Cass Street, there's nothing but run-down apartments, man. Where nothing but straight Negroes and Latinos are at. But here it is, you got high-rises overseeing them run-down places, man. All that separates it is one road.
Bunch of thugs over there. Hey, and the reason it said Italy is because that was during the Roman Empire. They were pushing them into the little quadrants, you know, or ghettos.
That's why it goes in, that's why I said the Jews.
Exactly, in Italy. Exactly, yep.
That's who was there. That's who was there during the times of the Romans. It was the Jews
In the ghetto,
Southern kingdom,
yep.
right? But as a whole, now that's talking about the whole house of Israel. You know. Go
Let
ahead.
me go speaking on the Italian part. It says early 17th century, perhaps from the Italian ghetto foundry, because the first ghetto was established in 1516 on the site of a foundry in Venice, or from Italian borghetto, diminutive of borough or borough.
Or in Spanish is barrio. You know, that's where it gets it. Or in New York they call it the boroughs. Kind of, yeah.
Hey, but then they talk about, you know, a place where the Jews live. Don't get caught over that, man. Hey, the Jewish people are still segregated in their neighborhoods too. But wait, these are the people who run the diamond districts, man.
Yep.
They're not or they might be a so-called number minority group, but they're not at the bottom of no damn list, man. All right, except for maybe the poverty list. They're the least people that's in poverty. You know what I'm saying? But they're not living in an oppressive type area or nothing like that, man.
Okay, well I'll give you an example out here in Tampa where these so-called Jews live. Right? Because contrary to popular belief, segregation is very much active still here in America. All right, go to Davis Island out here in Tampa and tell me what you're gonna see over there. Nothing but a bunch of rich ass Amalekites over there living out, smelling the money, man. All right, living off the welfare of this government, man. All right, living lavish and nice with boats in their backyard, man. But what? It's a whole little island literally out here in downtown where all these guys live. But segregation is not alive here in America still. You got ghettos where little kids don't even got clothes with holes in their socks, living in specific areas, but segregation isn't alive. You people need to wake the hell up, man. And you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans out there, man, y'all gotta wake the hell up, man, to this damn devil. That's right. All right? This damn devil has put his foot on your necks your entire life, but he's your best friend. These damn devils hate you, man. Because they give you welfare programs and they do this and that. These damn devils ain't do nothing for you, man. The Lord's the only one trying to do something for you, and you bit the hand that bit you, man. Here it is, the Lord's sending out his men out here to tell you that you're gonna come up out of the ghettos, man. The Lord's trying to tell you to come up out of Babylon. But y'all want to maintain in the state that you're in because you want the so-called white man to make it. You so-called Negroes Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, man, y'all a bunch of idiots, man. Y'all need to wake up and smell the aroma, man. There's nothing but bullshit out here, and it's served up by your best friend Esau Edom, the so-called white man. All right, go ahead.
Speak on this. Go ahead. This is Psalms chapter 74, verse 10. Oh God, how long shall the adversary reproach? Shall the enemy blaspheme thy name forever? Why withdrawest thou thy hand, even thy right hand? Pluck it out of thy bosom.
So how long, man? How long is this devil going to reign over our people and have his foot on our necks, man? Making us eat chitlins, man. Making us eat all these fried abominations, man. How long? Painful. It ain't gonna be much longer, man. It ain't gonna be much longer. The Lord is raising up his men right now. The Lord is preparing his tabernacle, man.
That's right!
The Lord is preparing his men for battle.
That's right!
All right? And you devils, you Edomites, you're gonna be the prey in that day. So brother, give me Jeremiah 16:16, Bubba Kishar. Because that's the times we're getting ready to come into, man. Because in that day, the Lord is going to give us our anger, or his anger. Salakia, brother, want to get that too.
Ezekiel,
all right?
I got that Jeremiah 16:16.
Go ahead, bring it out.
This is Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith Yahawah.
And that's what we're doing right now, man. The Lord is out here sending his men to fish. What YAHAWASHI tell his disciples? All right? Come and serve me, and I shall make you fishers of men. Okay? We're out here fishing for the elect.
That's right.
Fishing for those that are going to be worthy to be saved out of this BS, man. Go ahead.
Con. Jeremiah 16:16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith Yahawah, and they shall fish them. And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks.
Con. So we're going to get you, man. Those men that you see standing on the corners reading the Bible, we're going to get you, man. Through the spirit and power of the Lord.
That's right.
We're going to be on you like white on rice. Through the spirit of the Lord.
Jeremiah 30:16.
Who got the anger of the Lord? I can go ahead.
Let me get this in mic.
All right, because it's going to take a special type of power, a special type of characteristic to want to get on these people and get down like we're supposed to get down, man.
I got that white on rice whenever you want.
Con, I got it.
Get this. Yeah, go first.
Con, this is Ezekiel chapter 25, verse 14. And it says, and I will lay my vengeance upon Edom.
Who's Edom? Who's Edom? What's Edom in the Hebrew? Out of one. What does that mean? Red, right? Who's the red person? Who's wasted away? That's the so-called white man, Esau Edom, man. All right? Read that from the top again.
Con, this is Ezekiel 25, verse 14. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people, Israel.
And by the hand of my people. The Lord said he's going to lay vengeance on Edom by the hand of his people, man.
Right.
The Lord, Amos 3:7 said, the Lord surely doeth nothing. The Lord ain't got to come down and bring judgment on Edom, man. He's sending his men out there, starting with YAHAWASHI on down, man. Okay, go ahead.
Con. And it says, Ezekiel 25:14, and I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people, Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to my anger.
According to mine anger. The Lord is pissed off with you Edomites and what you did, man. Read the book of Obadiah if you don't know. You're going to be done away with because of the things that you've done, man. You Edomites. You're going to drink of that cup. Lamentations 4:22. What is that? Obadiah verse 16, where it talks about for thy deeds against thy brother Jacob.
Oh, Psalm 50.
No.
It's in both. Same shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever.
Y'all got a bill to pay, man. And the Most High is going to repay you through his men. It is a righteous thing to recompense tribulation on those that have troubled thee, man. And these so-called white people, Esau, Edom, have done nothing but trouble the Israelite man, women, and children, man. That's right.
That Obadiah right quick.
Go ahead.
This is Obadiah 1:10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever.
And the shame is covering you devils now. That's right. You hear this, the truth is being revealed, and all you can do is look down at the floor as you walk away. Because you people are ashamed of what you did, man. But the Lord is getting ready to repay you for that. That's right. You push our people into the ghettos, you feed us slop. You literally, you got devils driving by talking about go to hell, but you got us in hell, man. You got the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans living in a real life hell right now, man. But we supposed to go where? Where we gonna go? We ain't got nowhere to go. The so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American is oppressed on every side, man.
Shit, it gets worse than this? Damn.
Hell? There's an actual hell?
GMO food? Fuck. I'm eating fake food, man.
Was that it in Ezekiel?
That's a little bit more.
Go ahead.
Ezekiel 25:14, and I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to my anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith YAHAWASHI.
And in that day, you Edomites and these other heathenistic nations, y'all gonna know that what is being done unto you is of the Lord. You're gonna know that revenge was coming back onto you, because it's gonna be revealed, and the Lord is revealing it right now through his prophets, man. The skirt is being lifted, like you brothers were going into earlier, man.
Right.
The Lord is revealing you devils for the real piece of turds that you are, man, and for the atrocities that you have done to our people.
That's right.
You had something, brother?
Yeah, I got that white on rice you was talking about.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Micah, chapter 5, verse 8. And the remnant.
Start 7. I still got
Start 7? Salat. This is Micah chapter 5, verse 7. And the remnant of Jacob shall be in the midst of many people as the dew from Yahweh, as the showers upon the grass that tareth not for man, nor waiteth for the Son of Man. And the remnant of Jacob shall be among the Gentiles in the midst of many people, as a lion among the beasts of the forest, as a young lion among the flocks of sheep, who if he goeth through both treadeth down and teareth into pieces, and none can deliver.
None can deliver, man. Going back to that curses, man. No man shall buy thee. All right? Because ain't nobody going into these ghettos, ain't nobody going to the barrios and these 12-story apartment complexes that are run down with the elevator smelling like piss. Ain't nobody going in there and saving Jake, man. Ain't nobody going in there and giving Jake a break, man.
Hey, let me read the next verse, because, hey, look, we're not going to, hey, the Lord is really going to be the one to come and give us the spiritual, he's already given us the spiritual power by waking us up now to get up out of this here place, man. All right? But what, when the Lord ultimately give us that power, man, we're gonna break these damn heathen in half, man. All right? That's why we just read it, man. We're going to be in the midst of them like the dew on the grass in the morning, man. You know, like when you wake up in the morning, the grass is all completely soaking wet, man. All right, we're already in the belly of the beast right now, and everybody is coming up against us. All right, but ultimately, hey, the Lord gonna put that power on us, and this is, hey, man, that exceedingly great army is being raised up in the belly of the beast already, man.
before you read that, real quick, YAHAWASHI came rushing as a mighty spirit upon Samson, man. That same spirit is reserved, that same power is reserved for men out here on the planet Earth. In that time of vengeance, all right, because it's going to be a axe that's going to partake, but in that time, when Esau come down as a flood, the Lord is actually going to put the spirit rushing mightily on certain men out here across the four corners of the earth, primarily here in Babylon the Great, man. All right, and that spirit is going to ignite these men, all right, to be running as sparks among the stubble, man. All right?
Hey, those men are being risen up right now, man. The anger of the Lord is already being stirred up in the men of the Lord, man. We just holding our peace because that's the orders, man. The Lord said not to take vengeance. The vengeance is of the Lord. So we're just waiting for the Lord. Those men are already being risen up right now.
Right. There's the Lord's kingdom, and we'll be fighting right now.
Yep.
He said, "Ye that wait upon me," you know.
And real quick, let me finish off. I'm gonna read 2 more verses. Verse 9: Thy hand shall be lifted up upon thy adversaries, and all thy enemies shall be cut off.
Who are our adversaries? First and foremost, Esau. All right, the Moabites, the Philistines, which are the Hamites. All right, Ammon, Ishmael. All these nations had a doing in the downfall and the slavery that Jake had to go through.
Right.
That the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, all those nations are our adversaries, man. Read that again about the adversary, Bubba Kishore.
This is verse 9, Micah 5:9. Thy head shall be lifted up upon thy adversaries, and all thy enemies shall be cut off.
Thy hand shall be lifted up against thy adversaries.
Right.
Man. We're going to put y'all in the meanest guillotine you've ever heard of, man.
Right.
All right?
Let me read one more verse. Jump into verse 15. And I will execute vengeance and anger and fury upon the heathen, such as they have not heard.
Yep. And it's going to be unheard of what the Israelites are going to be doing to the heathens, man. Especially you Edomites, man.
That's right.
All right? You see, you get these Edomites that take pictures and videos like we're a bunch of zoo animals up here, you know? But then if we do that to them, they want to call the cops and say, this man's taking pictures of me. And I feel, I don't feel right. I don't feel comfortable. You see, man, hey, man, you devils, bro.
Jake get
You
killed
devils.
for that.
The audacity of you devils, man.
It's almost time to be let loose, bro.
Go ahead, brother. Get that, brother.
We're gonna precept about men getting raised up. It's Psalm 50, verse 21.
Salat, quote that again.
Psalm 50 and 21. These things hast thou done, and I kept silence.
The Lord kept silent while you other nations were doing this stuff. All right. What did the scriptures say? Though judgment isn't executed speedily. All right. The heart of man is set to do wickedness, roughly paraphrasing, or to do evil. You know. So go ahead.
Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such an one as thyself.
They thought, hey, shit. Yeah, we doing what the Lord has told us to do.
And to back you up, the scripture says, surely thou art power, thou hidest thyself. So this whole time, he feel like the Most High with him because he hid his power.
Because in Job 27 it says that the wicked be multiplied as for the sword. They're being built up to be destroyed, just like it says in Obadiah.
And that's why in Job it says, knowing the triumphing of the wicked is short. But for a moment, the Most High built this man up just to bring this man back to the ground, man. He was reserved for the day of the wicked, man.
Going back to Psalm 50. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such an one as thyself, but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes.
The Lord said he's going to reprove them. Talk about these other nations. All right? The Lord is going to reprove you other nations for the things you've done unto our people, man.
Right.
Brother, get that word reproved. All right? Get that word reproved.
Is it a Hebrew word?
Yeah,
See?
yeah.
It's
Yeah, they're gonna pronounce it wrong.
Yachach.
Yachach.
Yachach. Yeah, Yachach. Oh, Yachach. Yachach. Yeah, yeah. Meaning rebuke, reprove.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
To prove, to side, judge.
Judge, man. The Lord is going to judge you nations, man. That's what's coming. What the scripture saying, Joel? The Lord is going to come to plead with you people. You go into that word plead, it's shapat, means to judge, man.
Isaiah 66.
That's what's getting ready to, that's the end game for you heathens, man. The valley of Jehoshaphat. YAHAWAH Shapat.
Psalm 50. Proverbs 50. One more. This is Psalms 50.
Yeah.
That's the one I thought.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Next piece. Psalm 50 and 22. Now consider this, ye that forget the Most High, lest I tear you in pieces, and there be none to deliver.
All right, see, and what happened? That was talking about Israel, because Israel forgot about the Most High. But now what? Deuteronomy 30:7 said that all these curses are come upon the heathens, man. So now it's going to come upon these other nations, all right? These Edomites, the Ishmaelites, all right? The Elamites, Moabites, Ammonites, all right? It's going to come upon you, man. Y'all forgot about the Most High. You forgot there was the big man upstairs watching, man. You forgot about that.
It's like they like to celebrate Christmas so much. You better not cry. You better not shout. You know, yeah, exactly, man. The Most High sees everything, man, including you heathens, what y'all doing to us, man. So if we paid for our wickedness, imagine what he gonna have you heathens go through, man.
I got something real quick. Right to the point. This is Proverbs. Real quick. All right, come. All right, straight to the point. This is Proverbs chapter 15. This is Proverbs chapter 15, verse 3. The eyes of YAHAWASHI are in every place, beholding the evil and the good.
Beholding the evil and the good. And what's good? The Lord's men out here doing the work. So the Lord is watching this. What do you think? That you committing adultery in your high-rise apartment? The Lord isn't seeing that? That's right. All right? Yeah,
Pedophilic.
Your homosexuality that you commit.
Orgy Island.
Because you homosexuals, boy, y'all. It's like, hey, if the Most High was standing in front of you, you would be rubbing it in his face. They got reparations.
Pride Parade. They call it Pride Parade.
Oh, and also too, you know, for the time that you know how you get a tax write-off for being married.
Yeah. Now they're getting
they getting reparations because they were married for years without getting tax write-offs. So now they suing and they getting all that money back, reparations for being married, gay marriage, for being married for that long and not getting tax write-offs.
Yeah, but Jake get his taxes taken from him because Jake don't pay his he don't pay a speeding ticket, or he don't pay a toll booth. You get your whole taxes taken from you.
And he trained his kids, man.
Yeah. Well, y'all, hey man, y'all boy,
They got a lot, bro.
y'all, and we don't even know the full spectrum of what you Edomites be doing to us, man. What you other nations be doing to our people, man.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
I got one last one.
Okay.
Book of Sirach or Ecclesiasticus.
It's like it real quick, and that's why they say they shall do according to my anger. Because we don't know everything that Esau Edom has done. You know, just a certain shit they get
Lord
out
knows.
to us.
Yeah, just we just see what he's doing right now. Imagine all the atrocities he's did that we don't know about. You know that he did, because he didn't document everything he did to us.
Like I'm about to say, all that's just.
Yeah.
What about all the shit that wasn't documented?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, all the lynchings. That's just what was took pictures of. Now imagine all the shit that wasn't took. You know, nobody took.
Now we didn't put it on that poster.
Exactly.
That they were too ashamed of to even write down.
Yeah.
You know.
They put some foul things. The Lord knows everything. Here real quick, this is the book of Sirach or Ecclesiasticus, chapter 23, verse 19. Such a man only fears the eyes of men.
Hey man, you Edomites, you only fear the eyes of men. You other nations, you only fear the eyes of men. And 2/3 of Israel only fears the eyes of men. But go ahead, let's see who's watching.
God. Actually, I'm gonna start at 18 real quick just to make sense of it all. It says a man, so Sirach 23 and 18. A man that breaketh wedlock, saying thus in his heart, who seeth me? I am compassed about with darkness, the walls cover me, and nobody seeth me.
And what does it mean by breaking wedlock, man? That means going off from the ways of the Lord, man.
Idolatry.
All right?
Yeah, go following another powers.
Yep. Go ahead.
It says, I am compassed about with darkness, the walls cover me, and nobody seeth me.
So you
What?
thinking you safe because you doing this shit in the dark. But like the scripture says, what is done in the darkness shall come to light. Go ahead.
That was in
What?
Matthew 10. There was one in Matthew 10.
But let's see how it's gonna be brought into the light.
It says, what need I to fear? The Most High will not remember my sins.
Yep.
19. Such a man only feareth the eyes of men, and knoweth not the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun.
There you go. And that's what's gonna bring. That's what ultimately at the end of the day brings everything to the light, man. The Lord. The eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, and He shows everything, and He's revealing everything in due time.
And I gotta get this one.
Let him finish this one.
Oh yeah. It says, beholding all the ways of men and considering the most secret parts. So the things you're doing in the most in the most confined places, you think you could confide in something, you conceal somewhere. The Lord said what? Beholding all the ways of men and considering the most secret parts. So He knows everything you're doing, what you're thinking, and how wicked you really are. That you're hiding from the world. Real quick too, verse 20. He knew all things ever they were created. So also after they were perfected, He looked upon them all. This man shall be punished in the streets of the city, and where he suspecteth not, he shall be taken. Okay? Where he least suspected. The Lord's going to come upon you as a thief in the night. Go ahead.
I got a perfect one right here. Isaiah 47:10. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me. But then we just read, the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. Right? He seeth all things. But this is what Esau say. Thou hast said, none seeth me. That's why we ain't going to teach slavery no more. Wipe that away. Like the Most High don't require that, all right? But it says, none seeth me, thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. There's Esau, think he just gonna outwit the Most High. Like, yeah, we just cover it up and act like it never existed. Like, no, man.
Yeah. Point the finger at Israel.
Yeah.
Hey, look at what they're doing.
Yeah.
The accuser of thy brethren,
And thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me. Therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it riseth.
Hey, you go into that word evil means bad times, man. That's what's coming for you people, man. And it's gonna be a long evil days ahead for you, especially for you Edomites. A long 1,000 years of evil days. Bad days for these so-called white people, man. Y'all gonna really know what hell really is.
Yeah. Want to go drive by giving hells out? Go to hell? Or you gonna go to hell? Like Chris Rock said, I can't remember what movie he said, welcome to hell, bitch. To the Esau. Yeah. He said it to Esau, so hey, welcome to hell.
Because in the kingdom, we just gonna trade her. She gonna be at your plantation 1 week. She gonna be at yours.
And we're gonna tell her the same shit.
Yeah, we gonna play that image for her.
Yeah.
Remember you said this? Go to hell. Go to hell. All right. Hey, welcome to hell.
I'm punting her to your field.
We send her the qualm shit next week. That's how it's gonna go, man. All right. It says, therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee, and thou shalt not be able to put it off.
You devils ain't gonna be able to get away from this.
Break. Let me get a water break.
Yeah. Hell no. What? You won't get your back.
Get some water in the box.
You devils are gonna know what hell is, man. You really gonna know what hell is, man.
Hey, and that's what they used to do to Jake. Jake be out in the fields working. Jake could catch a heat stroke and pass out. He'd die. Well, put that nigga in the hole. Yeah. Hey, y'all niggas get back to work. Yeah. That's how it works. Yeah.
Still got the
do a service for him.
Yeah, hey. Cotton still gotta be picked, right?
Better meet your quota.
Yeah, So hey, it's gonna be nasty, bro. All right. It says, "Thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know."
Suddenly, there it is again. It's gonna get you, man. When you disrespect, you playing with this thing. Take it unaware. Lord's gonna end up destroying you, man. And you have one last one.
Yeah. Real quick. This is Sirach. Chapter 11, verse 17. The gift of the Lord remaineth with the godly, and his favor bringeth prosperity forever. There is that waxeth rich by his weariness and pinching, and this is the portion of his reward. It's the point, verse 19. Whereas he said, I have found rest, and now will eat continually of my goods. and yet he knoweth not what time shall come upon him.
Hey, read that again, Bubba Gashar, verse 19. Because this is the mentality of you damn devils, man. Go ahead, read it again.
This is
proud devils,
Hey,
man.
can I say real quick? You know how in the movies, the bad guy, you're gonna take me, you hold somebody hostage, you're gonna deliver me far away from here. I want to get away safely and just ride off into the sunset. You know, that's how every script happens. I'm gonna
rob the
ride
bank.
and I'm gonna ride off clear and far from here into the sunset.
Give me a helicopter
full
of fuel.
Yeah, you know, it's crazy.
I'm out of here.
And the credits roll.
Yeah, then credits roll. But we're gonna see what the credits are gonna roll on when in this story, man. Go ahead.
That's right. This is Sirach chapter 11, verse 19.
He kind of slide. The credits are coming. The credit to YAHAWASHI
Right. Which is the beginning of it that follows.
There's gonna be a twist at the end of this.
He's gonna give you a
surprise ending.
A cliffhanger. No, not a cliffhanger.
Go ahead.
This is Sirach chapter 19. This is Sirach chapter 11, verse 19. Whereas he says, I have found rest, and now will eat continually of my goods.
And right now, you got an Edomite in these high towers right here thinking that very same thing. I'm good. I'm reaping the fruits of my labors.
Right now, their grandchildren are in college, Yale or some shit. They straight.
Yeah. Hey, up where I live a little bit closer to, towards the country. You got acres upon acres of nothing but land that Edomites own with big ass plantation houses up there, man. Comfortable as hell. Paying no taxes on the land. Go ahead, Jake.
It says, and now will eat continually of my goods, and yet he knoweth not.
And yet he knoweth not
what time shall come upon him.
Yep. And you see, that's what time it is, man. Y'all, you Edomites don't know the time. Well, guess what? It's that time, man. It's the time where that destruction is coming to you.
Right.
It's that time for you to be licking the bottoms of our feet.
That's right.
To be eating off the bottoms of our tables, man. That's the times that are getting ready to roll on you, Edomites.
That's
man.
right.
Go ahead.
Con.
And hey, don't think we forgot about you, damn Elamites, man. You fucking Elamites, man.
Damn.
Hey, I went to the gas station. You know, I ain't have my card on me, so I had to get some. I scooped up some change. You know, like 2 days ago. I'm going up there to get a little drink or whatnot. I bring the change up to the register. Elon saying, "You're making me lose money." I'm losing money. I'm like, what you mean, bro? I got some change, this money. Because I ain't got a card, because I ain't spending money. I have some change. I'm losing money.
How much this shit cost?
They don't know the time.
Fuck your mother.
They don't know the time, man. He worried about living good and living off his goods, but he doesn't know the time. Finish that scripture off and we're going to get out of here, man.
Con.
Before the creatures come out.
It says, and yet he knoweth not what time shall come upon him, and that he must leave those things to others and die.
And who's those others that you're going to leave those things to, man? The Israelites, man. We're going to be taking y'all stuff, man.
Getting all that, though.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Verse 21. Marvel not at the works of sinners, but trust in the Lord.
Hey, and that's why we don't fret at the things you got, you other nations, and what you got, man, and how you're enjoying those things, man. We see you on them boats in the lakes and on the Tampa Bay out here. We see y'all. All right, just because we living in the ghettos don't mean we don't take the 275 and cross the bridge, man. We see y'all damn devils out there in that lake, man.
Can't miss it.
In that water.
We see y'all living large on the boulevard.
You
Shit.
can see the houses on the coast and
Yeah.
We see you devils, man.
Well, shit, you take this road down right here, Channel Side, and you're gonna see how they living good. Yeah.
Harbor Island.
Right behind us.
Harbor Island, a bunch of rich ass Edomites, man. Go ahead,
Con, this is Sirach 19 and 21. Sirach 11 and 21. Marvel not at the works of sinners, but trust in YAHAWASHI and abide in thy labor.
And that's what we're gonna do, man. At the end of the day, man of the Lord, we're gonna continue to abide in our labor, all right, and put our trust in the Lord, man. Because we know that we're gonna receive the kingdom of heaven, which is the greatest reward that anybody could ever think about receiving, man.
That's right.
We got a kingdom prepared for us. We just gotta wait for it, man. And we trust, and that's where our faith is in, man. All right, go ahead and we out of here, man.
Con, it says, for it is an easy thing in the sight of the Lord on a sudden to make a poor man rich.
Yep. Because that kingdom's gonna be translated, you know? Like this kingdom Esau's heaven is going to be translated to us. You know, the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom. You know?
Yep. Hey, in a moment, the twinkling of an eye. That's all right. Not only are our bodies going to be changed, but this kingdom is going to be translated. All right, babe. But with that, Lord willing, you brothers and you few sisters out there who've been watching in quietness and meekness, if we're edified, we want to give all praises and glory unto
Yahawah,
Yahweh,
Ba'Hashem, Yahawashi, Ba'Hashem, Rachak Kodash.
Double honors to the elders, apostles, great millstone, and shalom until next week. Shalom.
Shalom. Tampa.